up, everybody? It's Wes, Hank, Andy, and surprise, Adam and Gaz. It's Back in Black series, Sunday night. Hope you guys are having a great week wherever you are, whatever you're doing.
Stay warm.
Want to say hello to Zazel over at the clubhouse, who's tuning in, I guess, early morning where you are, sir. Mm-hmm. And Josh down in Alabama.
Josh,
how are things? Sean, nice to see everybody. Super excited to put the guys back together with us. It's been a while since we sat down and hung out like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a minute.
I feel like it's been a couple months.
I didn't think so.
Months since the last time we did something live.
Was it Ewoks, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it might have been. Yeah.
Ewoks.
Did we get you guys in? I know, Adam. I think we got you in on an early Back in Black series.
Maybe I think we were episode 1.
Yeah, the very first one. Yeah,
we were episode 1.
And every time we do one of these, I keep thinking about you guys doing your own action figure related stuff, and it just inspires me to do this stuff. On that note, we have a new feature rolling out, and it is directly as a result of this show right here, Back in Black series. Between the three of us, Hank, myself, and Andy, we have like hundreds.
I might even bump that to the next 0.
Yeah, we got a lot of action figures. So look for our new feature on all the platforms, coming to you in short form and real form. It's called Figuratively Speaking.
Ooh.
Figuratively Speaking, where we'll give you a short video on one action figure of our choosing and tell you why it's the greatest thing. Hank's already got one up. You can check that out. It's on our channel right now. What do we got going on here? Josh, what are you saying here? My boy caught some fish finally. He's super excited.
Nice.
I like fish. Awesome. I don't like cleaning them, but I like them.
Yeah.
Where are we tonight?
We're in phase 3.
We're
firmly
phase 3
in the red box era.
Yeah, so we are now solidly into
wave 2.
2015. 2014 is in the mirror. We don't have a price bump until 2023, so we've still got quite a ways to go.
Only half the way, roughly, is a re-release. We're trucking along.
I was surprised, again, looking back at this, and actually, I caught a mistake that I had made because we'd had some side chat this week. I'd actually forgot a figure in this week's rollout. And the only reason I remembered that was because I think, Andy, did you ask? Andy, one of you guys asked, was Finn in this wave again? And I was like, yeah. So then I start looking for a shot of the wave, and I found an old listing from Entertainment Earth and realized, oh, so was the Stormtrooper. I'm like, I guess I better go and put that one in. So here we are.
Is that correct, the West, that it went from 2014 to 2015, and then when did it go? When did it get its first price bump?
Price bump. So we've been using the U.S. Pricing model as our benchmark. 2023.
So like 9 years.
Yeah. So right now the current price point is still that $19.99, and then it's going to go. I think it goes up to $24.99 by 2023.
It would be interesting to compare that with the Kenner Vintage line. What the first figures cost in 78 to what they cost at the end for the Power of the Force.
Oh, wow.
In 84.
I couldn't imagine. Even still, Power of the Force, though, in 84 would still be what allowance money achievable.
Oh, absolutely. But just percentage-wise, if there was a jump even in those years.
I'm sure. I
totally remember being in visiting my aunt in California in probably 80, maybe 82, and buying Kenner figures for 99 cents.
Ugh.
Everywhere. Like at gas stations. They were everywhere.
When did the original Kenner line start? 78?
78.
Yeah.
77 was the early bird mail away thing that you never got nothing for.
You got it in they mailed them out in the next year. It was Christmas.
March, I think they got them.
Christmas of 77 was the early bird certificate, and then it's like somewhere in the spring I think they started mailing them out.
That's right.
Yeah.
They did repeat that in the Black Series, that early bird thing. Yeah. We didn't get the certificate. We got a reproduction of the box. We got a reproduction of the cardboard backer, but you had to buy each figure individually.
That's how they get you.
There it is. There's the early bird set with the Vader.
There.
Yeah. All right, let's get to it, and let's get to our first figure. As I said, what was that?
I don't know.
Did anybody hear that? Did everybody hear that?
I heard it.
I heard nothing.
All right, whoever's here, you need to leave.
This isn't
This
off the path of
stream
Shut
normal.
up, bro.
is
Break your neck.
Let's just make sure. Okay, we are all lined up here. Whew, I got a little bit nervous. I had to ask Andy. I'm like, are we set up for dynamic grid for this? Because I want to make sure everybody fits. So
Oh, that's wicked.
we haven't lost any real estate. I think if we'd had Zazel, the 6 of us would have been
A little shrinky.
a little smaller. But right now
That's great looking.
we have the same. Yeah, that looks really
I could
good.
go with being a little smaller myself, so that's not a bad thing.
Me
Me too.
too. Me too. Josh says it sounded like someone may be blowing on a microphone. Hot mic. Cool it down.
Not me.
No. Okay.
ASMR.
Oh, maybe.
Mm.
Our first figure tonight, number 1, Finn Jakku. This is a figure we talked about last week. And just to recap, this figure, this is kind of his look for the majority of the movie. We talked about last week about the comparison between the Poe Dameron that came out in the Force Friday reveals, wanting to know if, hey, is it the same jacket? Because it's supposed to be the same jacket in the movie.
Mhm.
Right.
But here we are, and we can see Poe Dameron in the pop out, and it is not the same jacket. It's a new mold. Do you guys remember what we gave it?
I believe
I meant to look this up.
that we gave it at least a 3.
Did we give it a 3?
Yeah, 2.5, 3. I've been scoring
2.5,
everything
3.
fairly high.
I have been as well, and I think because of the prequel trilogy, this one is the high watermark for me.
Mhm.
I really like this one, and I like you said last week, Hank, the promise
Yes.
of what Finn was supposed to be was so
Yeah.
cool.
Crazy ball drop.
Was hard not to get behind this
Both
one.
for the actor and the character, I mean,
Mhm.
he's gotten the character anyways, a little redemption in some of the novels and comics and things. And
Yeah.
if the actor decides that he's got, can come to terms with his Disney hate, which is warranted, maybe he'll be in the new Rey movie. Who knows? It would be nice to see that character get a little bit of
Mhm.
comeuppance, a little lightsaber action.
Redemption.
Still something to do.
Yeah. Something to do.
Like this.
I don't know. Maybe they could bring Phasma back and they can have a real
Rather
fight.
than panting. I mean, the cut fight. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the fight that made the cutting room floor, but it's better than the one that made the theatrical cut.
No, I've
Really?
not seen that.
I'll post it in the chat.
I would like
Okay.
that. I would like that. So here we are, Finn. He's basically in his black body glove that would have been under his stormtrooper armor, which magically got crazy baggy
Mhm.
when he took the plates off.
It's because he was sweating so much. He's in the desert.
Whose shoes is he wearing?
Well, they
Are those the
could have been-
stormtrooper boots?
They gotta be, yeah.
Just
They're all
dirtied out.
sandy though. They're all
Yeah.
Which is a nice touch. I mean, he's wandering through the desert, getting all dusty.
Some nice looking kicks now.
Mm-hmm.
And the Poe Dameron jacket, and as you said, Hank, and I agree with you, one of the ugliest blaster
it's so bad.
designs.
It's so
So-
bad.
I stand by this.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm wrong. You guys can argue with me. When Star Wars blasters are based by putting little bits and pieces on real guns, they look amazing.
Amazing.
When they build them from scratch, they're the stupidest things I've ever seen.
You know, I tend to agree with you on that.
If you sprayed it silver, you'd have a battle beast weapon.
I'm just gonna come out and say it. You guys don't want to say it. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah,
That's the
say
Rob Liefeld gun.
it.
Okay.
You're
Right?
not wrong. It looks like a Thundercats accessory.
I thought, and this is sort of maybe a little more in my wheelhouse, as I've revived our Weapons of Star Wars series as I'm working on one presently, and I think that this gun is meant to be an update of the DC-17, which has a lot of the same sort of features, like the end of the barrel. The sight looks to be the same sight, but they've just thrown so much kibble on it.
Yeah.
Like, to have Finn wield this as a pistol when we've already seen it with a stock, knowing that it's a rifle, it just looks wrong.
It doesn't even look good as the rifle. The one that comes with, we'll get there next week, I think. But
Yeah.
It doesn't even look good with the stock on it. It's
No.
and I don't know
was
why
thinking
it's
marginally better.
it's not
but
Call of Duty. I don't know why the thing is tan brown. I mean,
But you know,
it's bizarre.
you know how there's real swords,
Yeah.
and then there's like LARP swords.
yeah,
This looks like a LARP blaster.
that's right.
Yeah,
It looks like
a
it's made
really
of-
poor one.
I have to agree with you. I have to agree wholeheartedly. And I love like technology within Star Wars, but this is just so bleh for me.
They did Finn dirty.
They did.
Yeah,
They
his
did.
shoes.
Now,
Now,
I'm gonna say this:
yeah.
the figure is okay. What really bugs me about it is that he's got dirty feet. Now I know why they did, because he's supposed to be on that
Out in the
desert
desert,
planet,
out
right?
in the desert,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. But that makes it like you can only, like, when you're playing, he's got to be on the desert, because why would his
You
feet be
can't be
dirty?
anywhere else. Yeah.
Yeah, it can't be anywhere else.
You think
It's
you
like
could have
I
dusted
have
off your cuffs?
I have a biker scout who's like got dirt on his like feet.
Oh, I've
I'm like,
seen
yes.
that one. I've
I'm
seen
like,
that one.
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's a great figure, but it's got dirt on his feet. Why would a biker scout have dirt on his feet? He's on a bike the whole time.
Yeah, I
Right?
have two of them knees down there. They're all dirted up.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it looks terrible.
And
I
then the
don't- I
figures
don't
that weren't weathering don't have any.
exactly.
At least with the biker scout, you got it issued a bunch of different ways that you could go and acquire a clean one and just take the accessories away from it. And it's a pristine looking trooper.
I mean, almost any trooper shouldn't be clean whatsoever unless they're like a Death Star stormtrooper, where you've
yeah,
never
they got like a
stepped-
navy, like a
Yeah.
naval position or something.
Right.
They're
Yeah,
line
yeah,
up
yeah.
for the Emperor.
Yeah,
But he
yeah.
would look funny, like, because he would have pure white shoes, because they
Yep.
are the stormtrooper shoes.
Hmm.
So he
Well,
might
keep
look like
that
he's
in
going out
mind.
for a dance.
Make sure lock that in. Burn the look of those shoes into your brain, because
Okay.
our next one. We'll
Wait.
get there.
We move on to the next one.
No, not moving yet.
Let's talk about the eyes.
All right. I said this last week, and again, forgive my procurement of the photography. They're not from the same source. So the official solicitation photo is the one on the left, and I've just blacked out again. Can everybody still hear me?
I can hear you.
Mhm.
Wes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stand by. Oh, I'm going to see.
There he is.
Oh, I'm
There you
back.
are.
There he is.
Can
I
I?
love Elgato's product, but I do think that there's something wrong with my capture card, and I may have to replace it eventually.
Can I say this about
Yeah,
his head?
yeah.
His whole head, his face, everything.
Yeah.
If I told you this was from an early draft where Tracy Morgan was playing Finn,
Sold. I'm sold.
I think it looks better.
I think he looks like a young Tracy Morgan.
Why
I
are
think
you
he
so
kind of looks like
angry?
a young Denzel. To tell you the truth.
Hmm.
A
Oh,
little
I'm
bit.
sticking with Tracy Morgan on this one.
Tracy
Yeah,
Morgan.
it's funnier
But-
if it's Tracy Morgan. I'm going to use the Force. Like,
I thought in the left one I can see with the 3/4 portrait I can see a bit of Denzel in there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh,
of Denzel.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
From
It's just like he's
behind,
got them.
totally
He's
looks
just
like
got them
Denzel.
they're either like lazy or seductive eyes. You know,
but if it was Denzel, the movie would be 45 minutes longer of meaningful speeches.
and it would have been,
Right.
and it would have been better just because Denzel was in it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, it would have been
Actually,
better.
I thought,
Denzel as an aging stormtrooper. I'm getting too old for this shit. I need to move on.
It's
gotta get
Training
out.
Day, but for the Empire.
I just
You a
saw him
wolf?
in the Gladiator sequel, and that was an interesting role for him. So
Are you a wolf? That would have been good spin on Star Wars. Training Day, but in Star Wars, just two stormtroopers going
That's
about
got
their
nothing
daily
on
business.
me.
I want Denzel's character from The Equalizer to appear in Star Wars as a bounty hunter.
Oh, ex stormtrooper.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That'd be
I'd
sweet.
take him from Magnificent Seven,
Oh, yeah.
yelling at a stormtrooper, "Come on, pick it up, pick it up!"
I'd even take him from anything, I guess. Actually,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any Denzel would be perfect.
This is sort of the Wild West in the Black Series, these early waves, because I don't know if you guys saw our last episode when we looked at Rey. Rey looked like her makeup was done with Homer Simpson's makeup gun. It was so bad. The portrait on her was so bad. that by the
She's
time
better in hand than either of the photos, but she's still
Was
not
it
great.
that was Desert Planet one, right? The
yeah.
Desert Planet
Also,
one. Why is she
also
putting makeup on?
Jakku,
She's on a desert planet. What's the point of makeup on a
that
desert
they
planet?
rosied up her cheeks. for
Yeah,
the
it's like a
Yeah.
rosy
That
up.
way she
Oh,
can
wait, make
flirt
sure I
when she's
go out.
turning in her stuff and
I
get
guess.
more
Should I
attention.
put my makeup on before I go collecting scrap from a down Death Star over there?
I actually thought that for pre face print tech that they've been using for what seems like forever now, that
Mhm.
he's a
Yeah, they are pretty good.
decent looking
Yeah.
likeness.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Any more points you guys want to talk about?
I know that
about
it's
Finn?
for cost reasons. I get it,
Sure.
but I hate any figure that you
Yep.
can take the body of the coat off and he just has sleeve arms.
Yeah.
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 I will say this
Yeah.
too. I will say this, right? The pants look cool. Well, from the image, kind of looks like he has a pocket on his leg there, but
Yep.
like when you go up, it doesn't look good. Like the upper portion looks like a Jedi robe,
Yeah, I get
and
you.
I'm not digging that. It's like this guy's supposed to be a stormtrooper. It's supposed to be
Yeah.
some tactical
I'll be
gear under
honest.
there.
I've seen some of these tactical undershirts, like Under Armour makes a bunch of them, but they have that like where the body is one color and the sleeves are another, because you're going to be wearing it under your body armor, so nobody sees it. And I'm okay with that, but I know it's part of the jacket, and I would never take the jacket off the figure. So
No.
it is kind of weird looking, but I'm okay with it just to showcase the figure.
Does the jacket come off the Poe Dameron? I can't recall.
Oh,
Is it-
I bet it does.
Because the
Probably.
sculpts are slightly different.
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
It probably does. But
Yeah.
I don't, as I said before, I don't own a sequel trilogy figure anymore.
I'm ripping everyone I got out of the box live, so no worries. We'll get there.
All right.
There we go.
We rated this one last week, but Adam and Gaz, seeing as you didn't get a chance to weigh in on it, I'm going to ask you guys, in no particular order, what rating do you give Finn Jakku?
Adam, go ahead. You go first, sir.
This is out of 5.
It
5.
can be
One
you know
out of
what,
5?
Adam, because you are our guest. You are setting the precedent. The scale is whatever you determine.
Yeah,
it
we
to
change
be,
it every episode, actually.
and
All right, and
we will use that.
I'm gonna give it the old we'll go 5-star rating on this one.
5-star.
Are we doing 5 out of
That's the
10?
rating, not the
Oh, the rating. The rating. All
That's-
right.
That's
So
the max.
five is the max? Okay.
Yes, but I'm gonna give this one a 2.
There you go.
Yeah, again, there was the promise of greatness, but in reality, as a kid, this wouldn't be a fun toy to play with because Finn doesn't do anything.
No.
Yeah.
He's got a ridiculous gun, and his whole outfit doesn't make sense to me. Like he isn't aspirational as a character, and he should be, but he's not. And so there's just not enough here for me to give it more than a 2. And I'm a
Should have
positive guy.
Heavy
I know,
breathing
I
action
know.
or something.
Can I just talk about the gun one more time?
Sure.
Sure.
Do you guys
go ahead.
remember how angry? This is a little off topic. You remember how angry the collectors were at the first couple waves of G.I. Joe Classified because they came with Nerf guns?
Yep.
This would fit right in.
Oh yeah.
But they're supposed to be laser guns, so it's okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like a laser gun. It looks like a drill bit, like he's going to be working on something. I'm sorry.
Put another handle on that, and he's going to start
Well, a
jackhammering.
sawzall. Looks like a sawzall.
So if we're going 5, if we're going 5 is the max.
Yep.
I'm only giving this a 2 because it kind of looks like Denzel. Only reason.
Wow.
Nice.
We were very
Nice.
generous then.
Yeah.
guys are ruthless. I'm
3's
glad
not
you
much
guys
more
are
than
here.
2. I guess on a scale of 5, it's a bit quite a bit higher, but
Yeah.
yeah.
We were very generous with this one, so I'm glad you guys have brought your ruthlessness to the show.
I'm
Thank you.
heavily influenced by the guests. I'm feeling it too on this guy.
Are you recanting, Hank?
Well, no, I mean, it's all about the promise of the character. So
Yeah,
like with the weapon that takes a few points away automatically.
Yep.
And nobody's wrong about their valid points. The jacket is ridiculous. Like, maybe 2.5. Maybe I'll recant for 5.5.
All right, 2.5. 2.5. Andy,
It
what are
gets
you
half a
doing?
point because you can make a custom 30 Rock figure out of it.
Are you sticking with your original?
I'm gonna stick with 3.
You're sticking with 3. I'm sticking with 3 as well. All right. You know what I should be doing is I should be writing these down so when we have other guests on, we can go back and compare this stuff. Man, okay. The next one, like I said before, we've already looked at it, but for the benefit of Adam and Gaz, it is the First Order Stormtrooper. This one, box number 04. And this is now the third time that the
Third
Black
time.
Series has issued this figure
Third
in
time's
about
a charm.
Now-
third time in about 3 months.
Yeah.
Now that's a laser gun right there.
Yeah.
I agree with you
I'm
on
gonna
that
say that. That's a laser gun.
So my I'll just get this out of the way. This is where my prejudice is going to come from.
one. Oh, sure, yeah.
My prejudice with this is that they didn't need to change the Stormtrooper helmet. Like, I think they did that in the movie just to be able to sell more toys. And it would have made more sense just to have the Stormtroopers be the same as the original trilogy. There's no
Really?
reason benefit to change them.
Wow.
I mean, all they really did was like change up the helmet a little bit. It still
Oh,
looked. It's still noticeable
It looks
as
infinitely worse.
Really?
infinitely worse.
Really?
I
Yeah.
still, I
Wow.
still. This is the reason why they can't shoot because they can't see.
I actually
Right? Because their eyes are too far apart.
just for posterity, when we talked about this figure last week and the week before, we gave this one high praise. Like, this was the high point of the wave last week.
Mhm.
And
I think it's a good figure. I just think the like original design of the character.
the Stormtrooper itself, yeah.
Yeah. So like I wouldn't have put white deco on his gun in the movie. So I think it makes it
no,
look
I
like, it
wouldn't.
looks like a toy as opposed to a
I
military.
mean,
rifle.
if
Mm,
we're
yeah,
if we're like on Hoth, I understand the white deco on the laser rifle
Oh, Hank,
and on
you've
his
got one there.
hand pistol.
Yeah, I just opened them.
All right,
but-
let's
but,
full screen you on that one. There we go.
Yeah. So I mean, we discussed this last time. He was in one of the waves before, but I think that's like a nice natural update. We're talking 35 years of evolution. So like,
What you
the,
should
the
do.
helmets that the guys wore in Afghanistan weren't the helmets that the guys wore in
Yeah.
Vietnam.
No, that's true.
And you're only talking about 20 years there, right? Like maybe 30 years.
Hank, do me a favor. I don't know if you
Yeah.
can reach behind you, but you've got your Han and Luke Stormtrooper disguise.
I
Grab
do.
one of them.
I might even have.
Oh, grab a regular trooper and just put them together. There we go. Oh, blast effect guy. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
the
look how
ones
good
that
that
have
is.
wider
Super look.
eye slots.
I mean, I do love
Yeah.
the original helmet, but I kind of like the design on the. It looks more.
It's very sleek.
It looks more like comic book, like this is a stormtrooper from like
Yeah.
Marvel. You know, it's got the
Oh,
cool
yeah,
lines,
that's a
or
good-
like
that's a
no,
good analogy.
no, an image stormtrooper. You know, like a
Yeah,
razor
yeah.
back from
But
like.
I will
from
say
Wi-
one thing, not having ever had one of these in my hand. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. It doesn't hold the blaster worth a damn. Like,
Oh no.
not worth a damn.
Oh, that's
well,
too bad.
that's not cool.
Oh, that's pretty droopy.
Can I just point out that the image of the stormtrooper from the back looks like he's taking a wee.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here. Move along.
Oh, that's hilarious. I agree with Hank. I thought this was a nice natural evolution to the body armor. And when I guess because the prequel trilogy had to reverse iterate, which is kind of hard. Let's make it look. How do we make it new but old? Knowing
Right.
that clone troopers evolved to stormtrooper to evolve to this, that I think makes it's less impactful for me, and I'm okay with the look.
Mhm. And who knows?
Sure.
Maybe the First Order
I
started
like it.
buying their armor from not.
One of the problems I had
Spaceballs.
with the prequel trilogy is that
Yep.
things look too shiny. Like,
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
like we've, the Empire was. I mean, and obviously, like Andor has proven one thing that it was that bad. But did things dilapidate that much over a short period of time, like 20 years, compared
But-
to, how sleek things were?
yeah.
But
I-
I took watching when I was watching the first one as if this is like the big move the First Order is making. Like they've been building up, they've been doing like little things, but this is their first big push at doing something, and that's what kind of why they look like brand new, sparkly new because they've been shining their armor all this time, and they're like, "Let's go do this."
You might think too that they wanted to separate themselves. I mean, obviously
too,
not
yeah.
much, but maybe a little from Palpatine, like
The
we're
previous Empire.
maybe a kinder, gentler.
Well, I don't
We're
think
the
that-
First Order. Clearly, we weren't first.
But I agree with you. I think it's a natural like upgrade to the
Yeah,
classic look.
it feels very organic in terms of.
Yeah.
Of
Because I mean, they could have done some crazy shit like put a face on it.
Well, when
Oh
you
my
look at
God.
the Sith Eternal troopers from the
Enoch
third movie, they're really
from
angular and
Ahsoka.
sharp stuff. Like I'll
Yeah,
pop
Oh, with
them
the
open
actual
in a
face
couple
on
of
it.
years
Yeah,
when I
yeah.
get there.
yeah.
Last week I mentioned this one is an interesting one because he's got no holster, but instead he's got a hard point on his leg for the pistol to attach to. And I
Hey,
thought
that's okay.
that's
It does
pretty
come with a
cool.
little pistol.
They did that in Mass Effect. That's cool. I'm
I
cool
very
with that.
like
That's
that
cool.
much. Yeah, yeah.
As far as a figure goes, this is about a near perfect representation of a First Order trooper.
Oh,
Yes.
it's beautiful. It's limited in terms of like the armor. It's just the same as the Stormtrooper version. It's limited articulation. Like the arms don't go all the way up. The knees won't. You can't get a knee to a chest or anything cool. Like, and as a guy who does a lot of action figure photography, I really like the. I'm not going to pry that friggin' thing out, but I like a lot of mobility. I would like
Yeah.
That's why I love Rebel Tech figures because they fall apart in your hands, but if you can get them in a pose, man, they look sharp.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I like it because I mean, like, look at his left arm. He's got like some doohickey on the underside of the arm, right there. It's probably like a radio, right?
I feel it's some kind of communication device, but I
Right.
don't know.
You look at his utility belt. He's got all kinds of stuff, and he's got that tube in the back. He's got little pouches everywhere, which is a little more than the other, like the old Stormtroopers had. I mean, these guys are like geared up, so they look pretty
Do you
cool.
think
I
that
like them.
tube in the back is filled with brandy if they get lost in the
Yeah,
snow?
most likely, yeah.
The original
He's
Trooper's
some
got
sort of
that
drink.
tube as well.
Oh, he does have a thing in the back. Yeah, yeah.
Brandy tube, yeah.
It's their little their little cocoa.
Saint
cocoa
Bernard.
tube.
They're
Yeah.
Saint Bernards of the Empire.
Yeah. And the body glove is now much more skin tight on this one than it was on.
Well, I like to think that so when they have the armor, it's probably like a technology they have, right? Where it kind of like suctions itself to the body, so it fits, and then when they take off the armor, it kind of loosens up.
I figured it's probably heating and cooling.
Yeah,
system.
Like Back to the
Like
Future 2 shoes.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Like the
I do
Spider-Man.
like that. I like that.
There you go.
Sean says, I have a KO of this figure. Good for you,
Nice.
man. Save a few bucks.
Now, mentioning the shoes.
The second order.
Shoes.
Are we in agreement that these are the same shoes Finn is wearing?
No.
Why? No, because you
Not
got
with the
black
black
on them.
soles.
True.
Not with the
You
black
wait-
soles.
Finn
Unless they're
didn't
just
grab
really-
the cool.
Unless the black sole just really clings to sand.
That level of dirt on that Finn character is more indicative of mud than it's like sand would slip
I know.
off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. You'd tap
wouldn't
your
change
pant
the
leggings.
color.
Oh, I mean, like sand. I mean, if you've been walking in all day, it will get into the thread of the clothing, so it will stay there. It'll look kind of light and dirty, whatever.
Yeah.
It was near quicksand, so.
Those are like skater shoes. Like, they got the grip on the bottom, so you grip onto the board.
Yeah, the Vans.
Yeah, they're like the
You gotta be
Vans.
stable when you're mowing down villagers. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
This trooper, a hoverboard.
can't go with slip.
Hoverboard trooper. Where's that guy? I want that guy.
But this figure also reminds me of the best moment in the sequel trilogy.
Yep.
Is when Kylo Ren stops that blaster bolt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
When that happened, I was like, "Oh, they're gonna do awesome stuff in this trilogy." And then everything else went a different way.
And then they had a low speed car chase.
I kind of like the scene where the guy yells out Finn as a traitor and pulls out those two billy clubs that have like electric blades on them.
that
He's
is
like,
the,
let's
riot-
go.
the
Yeah.
riot
Okay.
trooper.
Mhm.
Can we talk about
And-
that for a second, though?
Is that not the one that Kevin Smith did the voiceover for?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do stormtroopers like hang out in the barracks and recognize each other? Like, do they care? There's so many of them. Do you think they care?
For me, I don't think they take their helmets off. So they just
No.
think that everybody's the guy that they know. They'd be like,
There's
hey,
a
there's
lot
Adam
of-
over there. There's Adam over there. And it's not really Adam.
There's a canon explanation for that one. That he was former, like he was in the same unit as Finn.
Okay.
So like knew, like they trained together and stuff. So that was literally
I
you're a
like
traitor because
stormtroopers-
I know like that's we served together and now you're a traitor.
Do you,
It's not
do
so
you-
random as like just knowing every other guy that ever served in a field of millions.
do the First Order troopers go by like TK or do they actually have names? Because I mean,
FN,
Finn has a name.
they do have a numerical
They
designation.
have
Yeah, 'cause he was
FN.
FN 10 whatever.
Well, that's why they call him
2187.
Finn,
That's it,
right?
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
2187 FN 2187.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of read between the lines when it comes to First Order stormtroopers because
2187 wasn't that our cadet corps?
2187. That's in Lindsay. Yeah.
Yeah,
we should come up with a designation number for us.
That was our cadet corps.
Finn alluded to being in the First Order since he was a child.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So they must at some point take their helmets off in front of each other.
Well, they wouldn't start with their helmets on.
No,
You're
Well, I
right.
mean,
Mandalorian.
obviously that's the reason why that guy recognized them, because he was in the same unit called Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course,
obviously.
Of course.
I was just joking that they don't take their helmets off.
Um,
They're not
you guys catch
Mandalorians
shit, right?
or Death Squad. Was it Death? What's the Mandalorians that don't take their helmets
Death
off?
Watch.
Death Watch, yeah.
The Death Watch. Yeah.
Yeah, it must kind of suck when you're trying to eat.
You just lift it up to your nose.
Yeah, you do the Spider-Man thing.
What happens when you sneeze? You're like,
Oh shit!
and everybody's
Open
there.
sneeze guard.
It's like
Your
there's
visor.
this ooze coming out from the bottom. It's like, guys, I gotta take your mask off, all right? I gotta clean it.
Yeah, high tech.
If you sneeze, Phasma kills you instantly. She doesn't
Oh,
have
dear.
to.
Quick
Oh,
question
dear.
on Death Watch, just real quick.
Yeah.
Nobody can see them without their mask on. Otherwise, you're right, because then they're no longer part of Death Watch, right?
That's
right?
not true. That's not true. That's an evolution.
Because I'm gonna say, like, what if there's like a dog? What if there's like animals and stuff around and they see them? They're sentient beings, right?
Well, Bill Burr
And-
character asks the question: is it that you can't take your helmet off, or that you can't let anybody see you? Which is it? Because
With
they're
it
very
off,
different
yeah.
things.
Yeah. So if you take your helmet off and they don't know that you're Death Watch, you can walk around without
See,
your armor on.
I mean, we know that
Right?
this is getting into the weeds a bit on the whole lore bit, but the original Death Watch
No.
didn't adhere to that. They took their helmets on and off all the time.
I thought they were the ones that
The
that-
children of the Watch. The
Just
children of
remember-
the Watch are the religious zealots.
Remember,
You know what? I think somebody needs to write a comic book about this and it could really go in depth on the day-to-day life of a Mandalorian who doesn't take his helmet off.
He's just
How he
shopping at
does
the
it.
store.
Yeah. I mean, he's got his mug and he's got a little sippy straw that he's got to
yeah.
put up through and try to eat and
Uh,
try to lift it up a little bit so he can eat a hamburger.
If you didn't remember, in case you didn't remember, Bo-Katan was a member of Death Watch.
Yeah, but she always took her helmet off.
That's right. They all did.
She's like, "Look at me,
Yeah.
I'm beautiful."
They all did that. John
Look at me, I'm
Favreau's first role in Star Wars. He played the leader of the Death Watch. He played Pre Vizsla.
Pre-Vizsla.
Pre
was
Vizsla,
that?
yeah.
Was it pre or
Pre
pros?
Pre Vizsla in Rebels, or sorry, in the
Okay.
Clone Wars.
Okay.
Okay. Any more about the First Order Stormtrooper before we slap a rating on him?
4 out of 5 still for me.
Still 4 out of 5 for you.
Lo-
Hank?
love
That's
it.
excellent. Yeah.
Although the figure in hand doesn't probably stand up very well. Oh no. No.
Oh, the rating is slipping as we talk.
Can he do
3 out of 5.
This is Sparta stance?
No,
Any?
the kick or the
Yeah,
receiving
the
end?
kick. Yeah,
No.
the kick.
No.
That's a shame.
No, none of these. I don't think I have a single Black Series figure that would stand on one leg. Their joints are so loose.
Hmm.
A nice stiff joint, maybe you can get some balancing.
Andy, what are you doing? You sticking with your original vote?
I don't know if I originally voted, but I'm thinking 4 because
4 out of 5 on this one?
I need this guy. He's your go-to soldier on the dark side, right? So
Yeah, I still feel like he was the high water mark of last week's figures, and I think he's also a 4.
Yeah, I give him a 4 because the only thing is you say with figure in hand, some of the articulation's a little lacking compared to others. But
It definitely is. Yeah,
other than that, I think he's perfect.
I'm gonna go with a
that's
4
as
as
high
well
as I can get his
because
leg.
I'm gonna go with a 4 as well because he's geared out to the max. He's got all kinds of stuff going on.
Well, we're sticking with that limited articulation theme. That brings us to our next one, and will look a little familiar to some of us. It's Captain Phasma.
mm-hmm.
Captain Phasma, also known as the Boba Fett of the sequel trilogy.
No,
Her
no,
character got
no.
She
No.
was a Boba Fett. She
She
was a
was-
Boba Fett in that a guy in a boardroom said, "We need someone in cool armor that
And
lasts
that-
on screen for 2 minutes."
And
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
is
exactly.
that is the Boba Fett analogy. She was hyped up to be this mysterious character who never really achieved the cult status, and I think that is a bit of a it's a bit of a shame because they got Gwendolyn Christie to play her, and she's a fantastic actor. So not only did the character
Yeah, but
get done a disservice, so did she.
you couldn't see her because you had a mask on. You could
No.
put anybody in there.
Now I know
It's
I know.
true.
But if
It's true.
her character wouldn't have just fallen down a hole
Yeah.
And if she would
Like
have
Boba
been
Fett.
in
Like Boba Fett.
the last half of that sequel trilogy, like disgraced because um she didn't fulfill her duties as supreme commander of the stormtroopers or whatever her name is,
Yeah.
and she was like grudgingly chasing down Finn, and then Finn became the Han Solo of the new trilogy, where it's like, yeah, there's bounty hunters after me. So
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the missions he's going on with the new Rebel Alliance, she's like hunting him down aside from the First Order, and on like almost like a grudge match. That would have given her something to do and Finn something to do,
Yep.
and it wouldn't have been a waste of two great characters.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
But on a total side note, check this out. He can do a Spartan kick. Oh wait, this is it because I'm trying to balance it. Hold on. Go on. You can do. Don't. I've been
This
doing the whole
is
time.
Sparta. This
Oh what?
is
Oh what?
Nice.
Oh, Fatal Fluffy says no more Ewoks.
All right, guys, I got an idea for a stream sometime.
Yep.
Where we do an O's ring pose off like the bodybuilders. We all just have to like make a pose and it's got to stay there for 8 seconds.
Somebody did that.
Nice.
Somebody did that. It was was an online toy store did that, and I actually won. I put my Kit's Concept Rick Hunter in like a standing on like a yoga pose, and he totally stayed there, and it worked out really cool.
Did you just say? Did you just say Rick Hunter?
Rick Hunter. Did say Rick Hunter. Rick.
Yeah.
Rick
CK.
Hunter.
Rick Hunter. Richard.
As in Rick Hunter from the TV show Hunter?
As in
Hunter?
Rick Hunter from Robotech?
Oh, that Rick
Yeah,
Hunter.
yeah, that Rick
All
Hunter.
right.
Yeah, I love Hunter the TV show. It was Dirty Harry on TV.
Oh yeah, it works for me.
Phasma comes with a blaster. This one is essentially the First Order Stormtrooper blaster with a different stock on it, and trimmed out in gold. And she also comes with a fully molded cloak. And you know, I'm hot and cold on this soft goods versus molded stuff. Like, as somebody who museum poses the majority of my figures, this is perfectly serviceable, and I feel you can get some details in a molded piece that you can't get at a soft goods. At the same time, for posability and dynamic stuff, it's a catch-22, and I don't like it for that reason. And I think the big one, I guess, as we're all of the age where a lot of our vintage toys, where's the chrome on this figure?
Yeah,
that's one of the bigger beefs I have. Like, there's no modern iteration of C-3PO without chrome.
Yeah,
we must have the technology. My God.
And like, I'm just gonna come out and say it. We're all thinking it. I know we are. You can't tell it's a female figure.
No,
you can't.
Right? You can't tell it's a female figure.
No, that's the only way was the voice. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think that might have been the idea because for the first time we do get female stormtroopers. They've retconned a couple of voices, but when a couple of the troopers are talking to each other, I think it might be
a lot of the
middle
new stuff we've
movie.
seen. We've
but you know,
female stormtroopers
from all like the fan fiction and the cosplays, I was completely let down when I saw this figure. It was like I was expecting to see,
boobs.
Armor.
Like
less armor.
Yeah,
a little less armor. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
This figure with the midriff showing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because the armor. Look, we all know the armor is useless. It one blast and they go down no matter what, right?
But it'd be cool if hers wasn't. Like, if that was part of a story part. Like if hers was Beskar.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, and then they did that whole arc with her and that spear because she gets a reissue with a spear and the broken helmet, and I'm like, oh, like why didn't they? But no, it's chromium plating, I think is what they refer to it as.
Did you ever have this in hand, Wes?
I did, yeah.
Was she significantly taller than a regular trooper?
Yeah, she was.
She was,
and she is bulkier in every dimension. Like she looks as blocky as she does standing there.
I think I like the cloak because, like, for a museum pose, like I don't mind that so much. It looks really good from the back, especially in that photo.
Yeah.
But the chrome, it just like in that photo, if you kind of just glance at it quickly, she looks as white as the stormtrooper did in the last photo.
Yep.
You know, the little details in her helmet aren't enough to, you know, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's not all that hot, and I think like she might be maybe a 2.5 for 2015, but if they were to redo her, and there's no good reason to redo her anymore,
Not at
but
this point, no.
if you were to redo this figure in 2025, I like we've come a long way with soft goods.
Yes.
And I say this all the time. I think every single soft good should have that wire that
Oh,
the
yeah.
guys are customizing, so that you can get some movement, some flow, some dynamic posing. And there's got to be a way. Like if there isn't, let's put our heads together. There's got to be a way to chrome figures and not have them degrade.
Even like
The
this figure,
Silverhawks
Is
figured
the
it out in
modern
the
Destro?
80s,
Is the
They did.
Hasbro Destro have a chrome face?
the Classified Series 1 does not.
but the Cobra Commander.
The Cobra Commander does, the retro
okay,
one.
okay.
And
Strange.
they figured it out because like Super 7 is doing the chrome. For
Yeah, they
the
did. They're
Silverhawks,
chroming
right?
up the Silverhawks.
So it's not
Well,
unattainable.
they try to give us that whole. It's expensive to do it. All it took was one company to go, all right, we'll do it, and then they're all like, all right, they're doing it.
You know who's not doing it?
McFarlane.
Who?
The Loyal Subjects on their newest when they just showed off the revival of Mask this weekend at New York Toy Fair.
Ooh.
No chrome to be seen on anything.
Mm,
It's lots of
I'm
silver
sure.
paint.
I'm sure they're all going to complain
Did
about
you see
that. and
the
they'll change that up.
3.75 Star Treks? Those look great.
The ones coming from the Nacelle.
Yeah, they look great.
They do. They look fantastic.
Star
Yeah.
Trek, huh?
Yeah.
Mm.
You know what's funny is we say that we've come a long way in soft goods, and for high-end soft goods we have,
Yes.
but for kids stuff we haven't. So like McFarlane Superpowers capes are still not.
Oh, I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Maybe Mattel, now that they have the license, they can pull it off.
But I'm like, it's not hard to reproduce, and they just keep dropping the ball.
Hmm.
I included this extra slide. Now these are not action figure specific, but these are the one on the right. That's the prop replica First Order Stormtrooper helmet from Novos. So that's a super high quality replica.
Actually, it looks pretty cool. That if you look when you see all the
Yeah.
details on it.
So just in case
Oh,
you
look,
thought,
and they got a little sippy straw.
just in case you thought that Phasma's helmet was just a recolor of the First Order Trooper, that is
No.
not true. It actually has a different curvature to it. It's
does.
much
A
narrower.
little sharper nose, yeah.
Plus, she has some molded in detailing up around the skull cap.
Which makes this figure inaccurate, Wes.
It does. It does. But go back and look though. They did adhere to that. It is a different helmet than the Trooper.
Yeah, it is.
So I mean, for me, I wanted this figure to be more. I wanted this character to be more. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, and I know that Lucasfilms is listening. I know they're avid watchers of this channel.
That's right.
There is a way to redeem this character, right? She survived. She survived.
Yep.
Yeah.
Somehow, magically. Now she's, gathering up some ex-stormtroopers, and she's got a kill team, and she's out to get Finn.
I like it.
And we can get ourselves like a QCQ SWAT style TV, like SWAT style Star Wars show where they're just taking out bad guys and good guys, whatever you want to call them, because they'll be whatever. They're mercenaries now. No, screw it. Let's just go it all the way. It's fucking A-Team, okay?
Yeah.
She's leading the A-Team now.
I
And
think
they're
we should
kicking
have the story as she is nursed back to health from an aged Mace Windu.
Oh.
And the show
Literally
is
nursed.
called
It's
the
like
show
she
is called
suckles from his crap.
Hold on a second here. An aged Mace Windu. This is 30 years after Jedi.
Yeah.
Okay.
The show is
But hold on.
Yes.
Jedi, correct me if I'm wrong. Jedi's like 30 years after
Yeah.
Sith. So that would be
he's
like
an old-
60 years. And he
old
was
man
like
Mace Windu.
60.
No,
And he was like
no.
60 in Sith.
Return
So he's
of
like
the
120.
Jedi, from Mace Windu died in 19 BBY. So there's 3 years between Star Wars and Empire and 1 year between Empire and Jedi. So
Okay,
it's
so-
only been 23, 24
So it's
years.
off like 4 years.
Yeah.
Okay. But then the show, though, was just called The Fallen. Because it's just characters who've fallen off screen and we don't know if
Right.
they're dead or not.
Can Han Solo be in it then?
Yeah. Yeah. Any character who's just fallen off screen.
Fallen.
Can I just say this?
Jason Bourne.
I went to see this with my ex girlfriend and some friends and stuff, and
Sure.
some of them had already seen it, and some have already knew. I didn't know anything. I was like, I was earmuffs on. I didn't want to hear.
You were cold going into it. That's
So
good.
when Han died,
Yeah.
and spoilers, somebody in the chat or anybody who's watching this who hasn't seen it yet, when Han dies, I turned and I looked at my ex-girlfriend because everybody was on this side of me, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
looked at my ex-girlfriend. They all looked at me. Every one of them looked at me. It was like 4 or 5 of them. And I looked and I just said out loud, I said, bullshit. No one kills Han but Boba.
Boba Fett.
No one.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what killed him?
Safety railings.
The
Yeah,
lack of
no
railings.
Well, it is a jippy version of the Empire.
I just put that YouTube video in our private chat, Wes, and I threw it in the
perfect.
Joe fan
Yeah, okay.
chat too.
Yep.
Or it's not the Joe fan, the
In our
Roncon.
chat. Okay.
Yeah, the Roncon
Perfect.
chat.
Nice.
Too.
Yep.
I'll check it out after the show.
All right. So Phasma, as far as I'm concerned, this figure, it was cool because at this point, and I'm in the mentality of like, it's 2015. We just got this figure. I don't really know anything about her. They're obviously setting her up to be the Boba Fett of the sequel trilogy.
Another figure.
I know that it didn't.
Promise.
Well, yeah, great promise. So on the promise, I'm like, the Stormtrooper captain looks really awesome. I could give her a 4, but the reality is just so much less than that. And I feel like I'm torn between that. I got to give her. Oh, I feel bad for Gwendolyn Christie. I'm sorry. You get a 2.5.
Ooh.
You get a 2.5.
Ooh.
And it's not even her fault. It's not even her fault.
I can see her crying under the mask.
Nah, she doesn't care. She got Game of
I
Thrones.
mean, they had to invent new CGI like to get the cameras out of the reflections of her.
Yeah.
Like so they did push the boundaries of filmmaking again with Star Wars in terms of some of the stuff they had to come up with. But you're 100% right. Like just one of the early drop balls in a series of like drop balls. Disney is like just dropping balls left, right, and center.
Oh boy, my lord! Too bad they didn't break boundaries with this action figure.
They tried.
Yeah.
They tried. It just didn't work.
No.
I'm gonna.
Oh, go ahead.
You gonna go at him? Go.
I'm gonna give it a 2.
Yeah.
Because I'm a fan of the good soft goods. Like soft goods could have changed it. Vac metal could have changed it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also a character I didn't care about.
Yeah.
It just gave us no reason to.
No.
Tom, I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
2.5.
The 2.5 is for the laser rifle. The 0.5 is for the laser rifle.
Yeah.
Again, I have to agree with Adam. I don't care about this character. I
No.
want to care about this character. I want to care about this character.
Every time
But
they
I
try
can't
to force
because
lightning in a bottle.
yeah, I can't because they did nothing with her.
No.
She
No.
could have been such a
Reminds me,
great
though,
character.
When I was at Joe Fest 2 years ago, and I was hunting figures with Gaz, and I had about 6 Hydro Vipers in my hand, and Gaz took them and he threw them into the bin. He's like, "Get out of here with that crap!" and then I started, and I also, on the other hand, I had Iron Grenadiers. So I was looking, and Gaz was like, "Yeah, buy Iron Grenadiers. Don't buy Hydro Vipers. They're garbage." So then we found a couple more, and Gaz gave me one that had been customized and painted, and all the gold parts were painted silver. And I was like, "Oh, but Gaz, this one's all painted silver." He goes, "Yeah, he's the commander. Let's go." It reminds me of Phasma. It's silver. He's the commander. Let's go.
Right.
I want to care about. I want to like this character and this figure, but I can't. I'm not looking at it as I'm a massive Boba Fett fan. I love Bo. He's my favorite character in the whole series. All of it. And I don't see this character as Boba Fett. I see it as a captain of like a platoon
of the Stormtrooper Corps. Yeah.
And it could be really cool character, and it did nothing with it.
The problem with this, and here's the thing, like, I don't know if you've done any sort of dip into sequel trilogy stuff around not just the movies, but like, I don't mean to bring this up, but Star Wars Resistance ended up doing. Oh, am I frozen? I'm absolutely frozen.
Yes, you are.
That's really unfortunate. But you can still hear me, right?
Oh yeah.
All All right. Well, I'm just going to pretend like it didn't happen.
We could all.
Yeah, we can all freeze and make you feel it.
Well, hang on a second. Let me just try this. No, apparently I am not round right now. What is going on? Hang on a second. Try this again.
One more time.
Nope, it's not working. Well, ain't that some bull pooper? I don't like that. Where was I going with
I
this?
couldn't do it anymore.
Where was I going with this? I don't know.
Both just start laughing.
Serious elbow fatigue there.
I don't know where I was going with
I
this.
said, why did I choose this pose?
It's awful.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Oh, Star Wars Resistance. They tried to do this again. They got to reuse this design. They did Commander Pyre, who was this design in red, and then they did another one that was this design in gold.
In gold.
Exactly. I would think that there'd be like a whole bunch of these type of characters that would be in
like
Commander.
Lego,
you would think.
Space Lego, like yellow, blue, pink. You could have all kinds of stormtroopers.
You know what? Also, I would have done with the design
Power
of this
Rangers.
character. I like the idea of it all being chrome. I do like the way they did this, and I mean, obviously didn't chrome it, but you can still see it's like a metallic gray color, right? And she's gonna stand out from the rest of the stormtroopers. But I also would have put like some sort of like color on the helmet, like where those engravings are.
Yeah.
I would have colored some of that and maybe given her like a black belt or something like that. That would make her stand out even more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Hey, Timmy, you got a twin? Where did
Wes
Andy
is back and in greater numbers.
But he's gone. Andy?
There's two talking heads. Statistics show that 100% of guys doing podcasts today have beards. I can, absolutely. No problem.
Did you guys see Bill Murray on the Joe Rogan podcast?
No.
I saw parts of it. I saw clips of it.
It's great.
Did he just go on?
He's brilliant.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a bit or not, but he did this thing where he had no idea what a podcast was. And he's like, "Is this live right now? Can I talk to your fans? Like, what's going on?"
Did any of you catch the SNL 50th anniversary a couple weeks ago?
I did not, but I've been watching clips.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I watched like a whole bunch of clips of it. I'm like, I wish I'd watched it, and then I realized how much I missed like some of those older casts.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some brilliant stuff going on there.
Phasma, getting back to this whole action figure thing, she kind of reminds me like they were trying to hype her up, especially when oh shit, let me just throw that on the floor. I think I broke it.
Oh no!
What was it?
Cylons.
I was trying to grab a Cylon Centurion.
Oh no!
Yeah,
don't break that.
It's
wait.
down.
Wait. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. I've been watching a lot of A-Team lately on Prime Video.
Oh yeah,
they have some live channels on there where they just show stuff live. They have a Universal Action channel.
Oh wow!
And they show like in the morning I think it's like Emergency. Remember the old show?
I do remember Emergency.
Then like all afternoon it's Miami Vice. Now I'm not watching them all like stage. I just know that they're on.
It's on.
And at starting around 7ish at night is the A-Team till like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Any chips or SWAT?
No, those are the only ones I know. I remember I was watching it like one weekend. I think it was a Friday night. I just put it on and then I just zoned out and I was watching the A-Team. And then right after that came the $6 Million Man. And I was like, thank you.
I could use some Ponch and John. I could use a Ponch and John reboot.
Oh man, I went through. I watched. I don't forget what app I used. I watched all 5 seasons.
Nice.
Of Chips.
Nice.
I powered through the one where John left.
So good.
even the replacement season. Yeah.
But I will tell you this, and I will get sidetracked there. But I will tell you this: you got to watch it because in that last season there is a pilot for a new show starring Fred Dreyer, Rick Hunter, as a ninja sensei, and he has a ninja task force that works for the LAPD.
Yeah,
it's insane, man. I love it, and it was on Chips. It was on Chips.
I was at Wizard World in 2010 before they were bought by Fan Expo, and Christopher Knight was there. Peter Brady.
Oh, wow.
so on day 2 I brought him my Chips DVDs.
Yeah.
Said, hey, would you sign this? And he's like, no, I won't. I won't sign your Chips
Oh,
DVDs.
that's right. Oh, he was in there. Oh,
Because there's one episode where the opener, the cold open, the car gets pulled over, and it's
Peter Brady
and Danny Bonaducci in the back, like joyriding.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
He keeps Danny, but he keeps getting him in trouble. I named it Bonaducci, man. What an upstart.
Have we all had a chance to weigh in on Phasma to score
I think
score
so,
this
yeah.
figure?
Wait,
Yeah.
I put her at a 3.
Hey,
You're gonna give her a 3, Andy?
I give her a 3. I would give
Yeah,
her a
Andy.
4 if she was chromed out,
Yeah.
but you know,
little bling.
I mean, she's in the early stages of Boba Fett at this point. She's appeared on screen for a few minutes.
Yeah.
She's fallen to her seeming death. In the
She doesn't
future-
fall to her death until
later, but
much later.
But technically,
Yeah.
I mean,
If this
same as
figure
Boba, right?
had a rocket firing backpack, I'd be in.
I mean, I think we're missing. I think, like, all right, the people that are doing this, creating, I give them all the props for trying to do this because it's hard to do this, right? It's hard to create something new out of something old, right? It's really hard to do that. But whoever sat there and said, this is going to be the Boba Fett of the series, this one character is going to be Boba Fett.
Right.
And now, where's the person going, like Adam, where's the rocket for a jetpack?
I mean, arguably, you could point that figure at J.J. Abrams at this point.
Well, this literally was one of the early designs for Kylo Ren.
Oh, really?
They were gonna like chrome him out and make him the leader of the stormtroopers, but it just, through writing and other,
actually,
Yeah.
to tell you the truth, I kind of like that idea.
whatever
That
else
being
happened in
Kylo
the-
Ren,
Yeah.
and he just pops out a freaking lightsaber and starts kicking ass.
I don't want to run and get it, but there's early sketches of this character as
pretty cool.
Kylo Ren in the Art of the Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm digging that. That would have been kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right, are we through this one?
I think we're
Let's
ready
go.
for our next one.
All right, let's skip ahead, skip through the helmet and the rifle thing. Okay, our next one.
Oh my!
It's a return to this one, Poe Dameron. This one, number 7, Poe Dameron X-wing pilot. Oh,
I
wow.
sure hope what's his
Wow.
name let them have it with that face sculpt.
Is that
Oscar Isaac?
Beretta?
Yeah, because that don't look like Poe Dameron.
Wow,
Can I
looks
ask a
like,
question real quick?
looks like a half
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Carmel.
Has any figure ever done stubble well? Because I just feel like when you have a sculpted painted beard, it looks great. When you're clean shaven, it looks great. I've never seen a paint app stubble work. It's either too much or too little,
Yeah.
or the hero here looks like an AV nerd from high school.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
The problem
a good one?
with stubble,
I might.
and you can do stubble. I've seen customizers do it all the time. If you do it in like stippled, like one dot at a time,
Yep.
it can look really good. But they don't do that in mass marketed figures. They do a spray on, and it just looks like he dipped his.
My
It looks like it's like he was eating chocolate covered
my
strawberries and
Raiders
he
indie
dipped his
makes
chin.
me angry every time I look at it.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
Raiders indie, it's like it looks like he's like spilled like nail polish remover from his nose down. It's shiny, it's gaudy, it's awful.
You almost want to
Save the day. Save the day.
You almost want to
I
take the paint off
may.
and redo it yourself.
It looks like a stubbled beard to me, but it's kind of decent. And this is the Deacon Van Helsing figure from, I think it's Monster Force.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's got some alright stubble going
not
on
so
in his
bad.
face.
That's not bad.
Not so bad.
That's not
Yeah.
bad.
Pretty decent figure. Pretty decent figure.
This, however, is not.
That's
Well, he doesn't even look like Oscar at all. Look at him. That's not Oscar, dude.
This
like
runs
Peter
the
Falk.
same. We
Doesn't
went
even
through
look
this
like
the
Peter
last Poe
Falk.
Dameron. The last Poe Dameron action figure we looked at had the same problem. And in the right lighting, with the helmet on from the right angle, you can say, yeah, I guess it's Poe Dameron. But like as soon as you take the helmet off,
It
it's
becomes
just like
Fez from the 70s show.
Look,
Yeah.
look. If you look at him like this, hold on. Get a flashlight, put the light on it. Like, look right here. Look, see? Oh, Dameron.
Man, that's brutal.
Yeah, this one's
I don't
pretty
have this
awful.
figure, and oh my gosh, I thought my Sabine Wren was derpy. This is really
You
bad.
should have
this
just
one
said
is
Rebel
right
Pilot.
up there.
Man,
Rebel
neck down. That's a fantastic looking figure.
It looks cool.
They did something cool though. I like that they gave you the gloves, but instead, like they gave you a whole, like let's just pop the whole forearm off,
Wrist down.
yeah, and put
That's
a new
cool.
one on, and they did that, I think, quite effectively, to be honest.
And it looks like they gave the figure bagginess. Like it looks baggy. It doesn't look like skin tight like all the other.
Yeah, the
all
flight
other-
suit looks like
it
it's
look-
hanging
yeah.
pretty naturally.
Just from the neck down, it was great.
What do you
Got a
think of
water pistol
the
again.
what do you think of the update to the pilot helmet?
I'm not a
Rebel?
fan. I know you are, Wes. I'm not a fan of them.
It looks.
I
It
like
looks
it.
like it looks like a helicopter helmet, like
Like Blue Thunder.
a Blue
Yeah,
Thunder,
Thunder.
or like Airwolf. If it had like
Airwolf.
the over the face stuff. Yeah. Well, no, actually, no. Airwolf was more like a motorcycle helmet.
Yeah,
Yeah, like Blue Thunder. Yeah, like it's got that high visor thing right there.
Yep.
Holster, whatever you want to call it.
This is one like I was arguing for the update for the Stormtrooper, but this is like you can't improve upon perfection. They did
Yeah,
such,
that looks-
Oh, that's the
it's
Trapper
a
Wolf.
Trapper Wolf. That is
Yeah,
a
that looks
nice
cool, yeah.
pilot helmet.
Yep.
I don't even think
it's
they
really
needed
good.
to change it, but I can understand that they did because we're talking about 30 years difference. They're obviously going to make advances in
No,
technology for their
exactly,
helmets.
Exactly.
It wouldn't be that
Yeah.
many years difference between Trapper and Poe though, because
No.
he's like what,
Resistance.
8 years
Yeah.
post.
Well, it's still
Yeah,
30 years.
he's a resistance pilot.
It's about 30 years. It's 30 years difference because
The Force Awakens is 25 years
Is
after.
it 25 or 35?
It's 25 years after Return
Okay.
of the Jedi.
5 years.
Mandalorian, where we
I
meet
thought it was
him,
30 years after.
5 to 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 to 11, depending on what season and how Jon Favreau's feeling that day.
Yeah, right. No, I mean, I guess that could, the argument for the Stormtrooper holds for that. Like, you're going to get an evolution of it. I'm just not a fan of it. It looks like, like Blue 42 Hut.
Yeah,
I
Looks
just-
like a Miami Dolphin.
They
It does.
did-
I don't feel like it's a fighter pilot helmet.
They did
at
an
all.
interesting thing with this figure. As bad as the face is, I give them props for this little detail.
Yeah, that's cool.
They actually
that's
put in
nice.
Aurebesh, and it's upside down on purpose so the wearer can read the pull to inflate on the.
You got to
the
figure if
flotation
they're
device.
wearing the vest, they know how to operate it, though. I mean,
I know. Well,
And
for the rookies, us rookie star pilots.
I
Yeah.
did check this against the Aurebesh alphabet, and it is correct.
That's awesome.
It is
That's a
correct. That's
great
so-
little detail.
That's a nice
nice
little-
That's a
little
point
tempo.
right there for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a point, but he's out in space.
And I'm
What's
gonna
a
remove
flotation
that-
device going to do him?
He
I'm
was
gonna
a zero
remove-
because of his face. Now he's.
I'm gonna remove that point by pointing out that is the most wimpiest looking pistol, laser pistol I've ever seen.
It's a terrible pistol. I can't argue with that.
That's pretty wincy.
Going back to your point, Andy, I will say this. Shout out to EC Henry if you haven't checked out his YouTube channel. He has a great video on how an X-wing pilot may have ejected. It all stems from that from the line in A New Hope. Pull out, eject.
So
How
you're
does an
telling me
X-wing
that
pilot eject?
you're telling me that Porkins is alive?
He's going to be in the
He
Fallen show.
He did.
Yeah, you should be there.
Oh, Porkins. You know what killed Porkins?
The Joker.
Not wearing a fucking chin strap. That's what killed him.
I don't have my chin strap. My chin
Well, I
strap
think
is-
Porkins ejected fine,
Yeah.
and then his anti-atmosphere bubble over his head that happens,
Oh yeah.
and then he lands on the Death Star, and he's like, "Oh man, I survived!" and then boom, it explodes.
Ah, crap.
God damn you, Red 5.
This figure, I can't lie. It's pretty horrific.
It's bad. It's bad.
I'm sorry. I just this image of Porkins going through all kinds of hell, dodging laser bolts as he's coming down.
Amazing.
He's like, I'm alive.
He takes out a TIE fighter with his pistol.
Yes, some of the best shooting with a laser pistol ever.
There's a whole movie about him, and he just dies in the end.
boom. The last word, I'm alive. Hell,
Luke
let's just
like
no, let's just say it blows up and he just rides a chunk of the Death Star like
Right to
he's
he
Endor.
spins
Silver
by
Sur-
Vader.
Like the
like he's
Silver
like he's
Surfer.
the Silver Surfer on his surfboard, just
Yeah,
gliding
yeah,
through the galaxy. He's like, yeah.
Porkins in space.
Him and Vader are just spiraling opposite directions.
Porkins is alive.
And then
All
Vader
right.
and Porkins land on a planet, and there's an enemy mine situation.
No, that's good.
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong. I think, and it might
Is
be a
Porkins the one that
Legends.
gets pregnant?
It might be a Legends thing. Did they not name like a medal after him?
I think
Or
they did
some
in
kind of
Legends.
commendation? Yeah, they named a
Oh,
medal
man.
after him. Yeah.
That would suck for the people that own that medal and find out he's still alive. Hey, aren't you Porkins? Yeah, it's just short order cook. It's a place on a Coruscant now. He's
He's
laying
working with
low.
Dax.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
He buys Dax's cafe.
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
2.5 because from the neck down, that's a 4.
yeah, I was
And
gonna
that
say
head is just
this is one of
Oh
those
my
times where the box
God.
art outdoes the thing inside.
Yeah, the Wilder Valderrama head sculpt just kills it for me.
Children Valderrama.
I like candy.
I'm like,
cigar in his mouth and a parrot on his shoulder.
if I'm Oscar, I'm angry at this figure.
I would be too.
Oh,
I'm
big
angry at
time.
the figure.
Big time.
And I would give it a good rating because of the from the chest
The
down.
neck down, yeah.
But no, I'm gonna give it a 1.
All the things that make this figure good cannot
Yeah,
overcome that
'cause-
horrible face.
Yeah, that head, that helmet, and that gun.
You have the
So
same
again,
articulation
I'm with
problems?
Gaz. I'm going to give it a 1.
Yeah.
I see no reason to buy this figure.
Yeah.
I'm in the store. I'm looking through. Like, this is a hard pass.
Because I'm like I gotta buy that.
I'll be right
Buy
back.
just some random soldier
Yeah,
in the in the rebellion. Oh, sorry, the resistance.
The resistance.
And do a
yeah.
head swap to make it look good. But then I have that head.
I wish I had a shot of the other one, the Poe, the unhelmeted one we did, the
deluxe,
the
pack.
Jakku one. It's not much better.
My suggestion for this figure is the same suggestion I have for the Hydro Viper.
Yeah.
Is glue the helmet on and leave it on.
Never take it off. See, that's the thing for me. Oh wow. That's a Jax big fig, isn't it?
That's a big fig. And the face on that is better than the
Oh
Yep.
yeah. Yeah, see
Yes,
that?
it
There you
is.
go.
There he is.
Yeah,
Yes,
see
it
what
is.
I'm saying about the helmet? It looks more like a helicopter pilot. This is lift tickets helmet.
Oh yeah.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Funny when you
I
say
could
that,
see
yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
But that likeness is almost
Yeah, that's good.
like passable.
I like that.
Is
That
the
helmet
pull
doesn't
to
come
inflate
off, does it?
deco the same?
Yeah, it looks like the same, right?
Oh, the
Is it
pull to
upside down?
inflate. Is that on there, Hank?
It is.
Oh, cool.
So that
it
says
is.
pull to inflate.
It does, yeah, when you translate it.
Oh. I think the resistance tempo was too high though on that one. Should be down low.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But yeah. Sorry.
Josh is saying that's not Poe, that's a derpy face.
Yeah, that's like
Straight up.
X-wing. That's like X-wing. I forget what is their color code? Orange. Is it orange?
Yeah.
Is the squadron orange? Is that what, like Orange 5?
In
Black.
the
He's
original
black.
movie?
They're
Oh,
Black
black
Squadron.
yeah,
Black Squadron. This guy's like Black 432. He didn't even make it through this. He didn't make it through the Stargate or Space Warp. His engines
Yeah.
got fried. And
He's
he's got a defective R2 droid that sent him somewhere else.
He's so far down the reserve list that he just never gets called up.
He came out at light speed outside of a black hole because
I
his
do
R2 droid
want
was
to point
defective.
out. I do want to point out though, this is the second Poe Dameron helmet, by the way, because the original Poe Dameron helmet was white with blue and yellow accents.
Is there another Poe Dameron?
There is another Poe Dameron action figure.
Before
he's
this
wearing
one.
Finn's jacket.
He's wearing the brown
Is this
jacket.
the same head sculpt?
That I can't say. I should have put a head comparison. I mean, but this was
I
so
don't remember
bad.
the last one being this egregious, man. Honestly,
It's
Ooh.
terrible. I mean,
It-
like if you look at the full picture,
Yeah.
your front picture, right? It doesn't look bad, but as you zoom in and you
Oh,
look at
I
it
know.
there,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just like, why? What are they
happened?
doing? Who is this
see why
guy?
they in box they turned him sideways and down a bit, so you couldn't get a good shot of
It's
him
like,
before you
You'd have
oh,
purchased
to
the
look,
pick the
thing.
box up and
He's
turn
looking
it.
away in shame. He's like, "Don't
He
look
is.
at
He
me."
really
look at
is.
me.
Why isn't my helmet on?
He's remembering Porkins.
It's my granddad.
This is the thing, though. We talked about this before because it definitely is true in the case of the Obi-Wan Kenobi Revenge of the Sith figure. Is that one thing that Black Series has done right from the beginning is they have gotten their molds down. Like the mold is there. It's the paint that kills it, and a customizer could repaint this, and I am assured that it would look fine.
It's like, why did
But
they
it
give him?
doesn't.
Why did they try to give him a 5 o'clock shadow?
Yeah,
I
I
just
don't
don't
know.
understand because
I
he
don't
didn't have
know.
one in the movie.
He's a darker complected guy who looks like he's got a shadow anyway.
There's a real quick fix here, and Marvel has actually done it with
Yeah.
like their Shield figures,
Yeah.
like the Quake one, where you
Okay.
have your base figure and then extra heads,
Oh,
Yeah.
forcing you to buy extra of it just because you want all three
I
versions.
want to be able
right?
to
Well,
swap
this-
all the heads. Yeah.
This should have came with an extra head, and it
Yeah.
came with an apology that we give you this terrible head.
And a guillotine.
And a guillotine.
Dear Star Wars fanatic fan, we apologize for this hideous head sculpt. Therefore, we've put in a new head sculpt.
Wow. So is this the new worst figure in the line? I mean, right now I think
At this point,
it's
right now,
IG88.
absolutely,
This is worse than IG88?
100%.
I don't know. He stands up, right?
That's
He
100%.
can
He's
stand
got a
up.
better
IG88
stance.
at least looks vaguely like he should look in the films, especially in a museum pose.
Except for when he falls over under his own weight.
Well, there's that.
Bends
Well,
his
he
own
This-
legs.
I mean, you had this guy in hand, right? Like
I did not have this
you
one.
didn't?
I passed
So-
on this one.
he's probably got the same limited articulation because of the leg straps that the other X-wing pilots have.
Yeah.
Do we know if that's like flexible rubber?
Those are, yeah.
Yeah. So it won't be that hindered, but it's going to be hindered by that thing on his belt
Yeah.
on his side. You can already tell that his arm. Well,
It's the
obviously
same
can't come.
it's the same problem that we had with Pilot Luke,
Yeah.
right? It's
Right.
the same kind
But
of
they actually wrap around on the X-wing pilots. They have a circlet around their thigh
Yeah.
that really limits
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
So those straps are attached to a circlet around the thigh. But this is pre-butterfly shoulders
Yeah,
and
pre-butterfly
things of that
shoulder.
nature.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's the new worst.
He's the new
figure I've
worst in
seen,
line.
for sure.
So what's our collective number here? What are we saying?
He's going down to a 2. Every time
He's
I
a
look
2.
at his face,
He's a
it
2.
makes me cringe.
I'm at a 2.
They gave him a 1,
2.
didn't I? You gave him a
did give
1,
him a
right?
1,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Alright.
regretting that one too. I think it should be lower.
They should
You
pay
go
me
lower,
for
go
looking
for
at this
0.5.
figure.
Wow, the lowest of the low. Certainly the lowest of the Force Awakens wave. Anyway,
I mean, like I said, the body itself is fine and stuff, and I like the fact that they gave you extra hands without gloves. It's cool.
I do like that. Yeah.
But the whole point of it is being a pilot. It's supposed to be Poe, and it doesn't look like Poe. And it's a terrible helmet. It's a terrible gun. It's a terrible head sculpt. I can't emphasize that enough.
Oh, that's
Well,
some of the worst.
And
This is
hopefully the next
I
one we
would
look at
I would
will,
put I would put the first Falcon's head on this over this
Oh.
head sculpt. That's how
Oh.
terrible it is. And I don't even
Wow.
think that Falcon head sculpt is that bad. I think it looks like William Dafoe,
Wow.
personally myself. But nonetheless, this is terrible. That's why I got a 1.
All right.
And I'm sorry for anybody out there that likes this guy.
I hope that our next figure will redeem this and I did have this one. This one is not just a great Star Wars figure. This one is a great action figure. I like this one a lot, and it is.
Well, let me tell you right now, that figure is driving my Fatal Fluffy insane.
This one is the Guavian Enforcer. It's
That's a cool looking thing. Yeah.
number 8. I'm surprised that they didn't use the full name for this. The Guavian Death Gang Enforcer.
Okay. Now,
Ages 4 and up. That's
Now-
your
now-
answer.
now,
That's right,
see
you're right.
this should have been your Boba Fett because
What's-
he's got that cool factor to him.
So these guys,
There was a gaggle of them.
do you remember? Yeah,
Right,
remember
yeah.
that scene about?
Wasn't there like a leader one though? There was like a leader one, wasn't it?
No, he was a regular guy, but these were his enforcers, and there was like 3 or 4 of them, and they were all like cybernetically enhanced, and they all looked like this. The
All
only
right.
thing that distinguished them was they were carrying different guns.
I'm
So
just
we
saying
get
that's a cool figure.
it's a super cool figure. Like if you needed a robot to fill in, like I could put this in my classified figures, and it would be a cool.
It has a Joe.
Yeah.
It has a Joe
Yeah.
vibe.
There's a
Yeah.
Joe vibe to it. Yeah.
I would buy this today if I saw it in a store.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
me too. Me
Yeah.
too. I really enjoyed this figure a lot.
Bat version 14. That's what I'm thinking.
One of the things I wanted to talk about this figure specifically, I wanted to talk about the guns, and this one caught me off guard because I generally think I'm pretty up on this stuff. I didn't realize that, but one of the guns that he comes with is based on the Bergman 1894, which exploded in popularity with The Mandalorian because Din Djarin's IB-94 is also based on the Bergman, but the Guavian Death Gang did it first.
Oh, look at that.
All right, what do you
Very
think?
cool.
I'm liking this one. Like the styling of it, like the look.
Yeah.
3.5.
3.5.
Wow.
Oh
Okay,
man,
all right, all right.
he's
Fits
tough.
in- he
He's
fits in a
tough.
lot.
He's
my
tough.
he's my new favorite figure in the line. I'm going to give him a 5.
Whoa.
Whoa,
great looking.
he's going there. He's
Whoa.
going there. He's going there.
great. It's like he looks like he's wearing a leather tunic.
That's awesome. I like
Like
that.
I'm digging it.
that shiny kind of like
Yeah.
red leather. Man, that's a nice looking figure. I
You know
never
what?
realized that I had missed that ball.
Oh man, I want to give him a 5. I want to give him a 5.
I hope he's articulate as hell. But
Do it. Give him a 5, guys.
I don't like those guns. I don't,
don't
like
like
those
the guns?
I don't like the look. He can't even hold the one on the bottom. It looks like a grenade launcher.
It looks. I wondered
That
if that
reminds
was
me of
a
Boba
take
Fett's
on,
gun.
on the
The-
web leak.
It does. It does. But you know what? I am gonna give him a 5. I'm gonna give him a
Nice.
5 because
Alright.
even with those guns, this is a cool figure,
Oh,
and
is it ever?
and you can take this figure, even though he was one of 4, right?
Yeah.
He's a bunch of guards, and you could build an adventure off of just this one figure, its own. Yeah, look at, almost like an alley viper. He's got that rotary phone thing going on in his helmet, but it's cool. It reminds me of the Red Hood,
A little bit,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
I,
Yeah.
I
Who's
love.
the supervillain with the face like that?
Hmm.
That's
0, I think.
Omac, isn't it? Omac? An
Oh,
Omac?
there is an Omac.
Omac has one, yeah.
I like that look. I like it a whole lot. I wouldn't be surprised if that's sort of the inspiration for
Pardon me.
this.
I love the chest with the indentations, like the fabric, and then it's
Yep.
colored in
The ammo
black, like
packs.
it's sturdy,
Oh.
and the ammo packs with the power symbols on them.
Yep.
Man, it looks good. This is a good figure. You're right. You know what? You're right. This is a solid 5.
Yeah, it's a nice figure.
There it is. That's a 5. That's 2 5s.
It's my
Yep.
favorite one in the line so far.
All right.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
go
go.
ahead, Adam.
I'm gonna go something a little different than you
Yep.
guys have done.
Yep.
I'm giving it a 6 out of 5.
Nice. That a boy.
This figure is way cooler than the character should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is kind of a throwaway character.
They
Again,
really are.
I would say we were not mean. We were justified in saying that Phasma was like, under and Finn were underused characters.
Yep.
These guys were underused characters as well, but this figure is cool enough.
Yeah.
It's okay. You don't care that they're underused because this figure just looks cool. And we talked a lot about like, well, if you get a better head for Poe, and then maybe it's not such a bad figure. You could buy any number of these,
Yeah.
and then swap out pieces here and there, and make your a whole troop of these guys.
Yeah.
And have
Easily.
them.
Really, yeah.
This is a great
Easily.
figure, a great boy, and 0 complaints. Love his guns, love it all.
I'm going
You
on
don't even
eBay
need to
after the
stop
show's
him.
over.
For Star Wars, right?
No.
Like you're playing, this guy can slot in with your Joes, with your
Slaughter it.
Legends, whatever you're
Getting
having to
like-
play with. This guy can be part of that adventure.
I think he's a great looking figure, and that alone, the fact that he could blend seamlessly into multiple toy
Yeah, that's a
lines.
great aesthetic.
I mean, like just in your Star Wars universe alone, you could create a whole storyline on this badass bounty hunter, renegade Jedi.
Yeah.
And the customizers, a little bit of paint just to subtly change his coloring, and
Yeah.
he's just
It's
a
like,
new
what
guy.
if Squid Game was good?
Well, imagine this, guys. If you were like, you take Poe Dameron's head,
Oh dear.
put it on this guy, and then you're like, oh, these guys are actually like a weird, ugly race of aliens. That makes
I love it. I love it.
I mean, technically,
I don't know.
Just
I'd probably do some cool like designs on the mask. Like put maybe like a skull on there, or like some like
Clone Force
tiger
Gemini
tiger
skull.
Oh,
teeth,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
flying tiger or something on
I'd
it.
totally
have
like
them be like
write
the
on it and stuff.
the Marines from Aliens, where they have to customize their own gear, and make it look like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alternatively,
There's
he
some
could be the
great
spokesperson.
weathering on
These
that
guys
thing,
should have been
too.
the Resistance Troopers, man. That's what these guys should have been.
Did you catch that? Andy
No.
says this guy is the Target door greeter.
Yes.
Nice.
You will buy our products. You may enter.
Welcome to Target Coruscant.
I love it.
Home and bedding is down that way. Lingerie's over there.
I had this figure of all of the Force Awakens figures. I really enjoyed. I probably handled this one more than all of the other ones. So for that, and he's got the cool Bergman based pistol. That's a 5 for me.
Wow.
That's
like
two
it.
5s, a 6, and no 3 5s and a 6 and a 3.
Yeah, Josh, what is going on? Why is he a 3?
Well, what do we got to do?
Well,
to
no,
get Andy a 5
Andy
from
was
Andy?
3.
I was 4.
Was it Andy?
You were a 4?
It was 4. Sorry,
You
a
were
4.
a 4?
I was a 4.
3 5s and a 6.
I want to see what constitutes a
What's a
5 for
5?
Andy.
What
Oh,
would have
Andy,
made
this-
what would have made this a
Woo.
5?
If I knew him better.
If you knew him better.
Okay,
But-
okay.
I don't even need to
It's
know
true,
anything to
like-
know about this guy.
Like
These
if he was
guys
your
were in
friend?
that scene when Han and Chewie are piloting the bulk freighter,
Yeah.
the Rathtars,
Yeah.
and they get cornered by the two gangs, the Guavians,
Conja Club.
yeah, Kanji Club and the Guavian Death Gang,
Yeah.
Right.
and then the fight breaks in, and we don't see them again.
No. So like if we'd got a little bit more
Time with them.
time, yeah. Because like this is the type of figure if I'm not even following
I think-
Star Wars and I see that on
I
the
think-
shelf, that's
Yeah.
cool enough you're gonna pick up. But
I think what needs to happen is I think Andy needs to get this figure and spend some time with him and have some playtime.
Oh,
maybe
do
Go
go
on a
on some
little
Star Wars
Yeah, I am
adventures.
on the hunt
to let
now,
it grow
actually.
on him. Yeah, you got
Yeah, because this guy, yeah, wow,
looks a bit
cool.
like Bullseye from Daredevil, and an Alley Viper that I had as a kid.
I love this rotary phone thing going on in his
Yeah,
mask.
yeah,
There's
that's
some
that's
depth to it too.
really
Like
cool
he
look.
might not even be human. Like
I think he's a complete
super
android,
solid.
right?
Well, they say that they're cybernetically enhanced. I don't know.
So
if
this
that
is just a
means that
brain.
they're
There's a brain
full-on-
in there. There's just a brain in there.
Maybe.
Wow, that's cool, man.
the brains
That's
in jars
cool. I
on
like that.
Tatooine.
Oh, the
digging it.
Bomar monks.
Omar
Yes,
monks. Yeah.
Maybe this is like a rogue Bomar monk.
Oh, that's it. I got it.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
cool one.
Yeah, see,
Who
see,
broke his
there you go.
vow?
Yeah.
Broke his vow. Give me a new body.
Now he's trying to like, kill his way across the galaxy.
No, like I put him up against a Boba Fett and go, maybe this guy stands a chance. He's that
Yes.
cool. Looking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
To me, this would be like that Boba Fett figure. Like you see the character and you're like, oh, he's so cool, and you want to get him.
You want to
That's
talk
this guy's-
about you want to talk about somebody who stands a chance. That brings me to our next figure because this is the one that I was most looking forward to talking about because this figure has been the most reused thing in Star Wars since this movie came out, and I think it's because they cut him from the movie.
Oh,
Drum roll. Drum roll.
We are talking about Constable Zuvio.
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 Constable Zubio, he's a cop.
Yeah, Zuvio, number 9. He was supposed to be the sheriff of Nema Outpost, where Rey would take her junk to trade for portions.
I could see this guy standing on the bridge of the Death Star being another bounty hunter.
He gets
Well,
he
I'm
does get like a half a second shot in the movie, but there was supposed to be a whole arc with him basically stopping a crime
Oh,
at the outpost. There's some good. I got a shot here.
And
of,
there's several
like
of them.
him
right?
and three deputies.
Yeah.
So this
Well-
is behind the scenes in The Force Awakens. But he's this armor, this helmet, has appeared in almost every live action Star Wars project since.
100%.
So the question
It's
for
been
me
reused in
is
everything.
is
Even the
it,
animated series.
is it actually Zuvio that's him? or is it just a reuse of something
Why
that
not?
never?
Why wouldn't
Yeah,
it be?
yeah.
That'd be cool.
Looks
I'd
And
way
you know
way
what?
better.
why not?
You know what I'm getting here. Like, although I say that the last figure is the cool factor of Boba Fett, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm getting Boba Fett vibes from this because he's got the colors of Boba Fett,
A little bit,
The
yeah.
greens and the reds.
the reds and the greens and stuff.
You talk
But-
about bounty
The
hunters.
bracers.
You
Yeah.
you can't mention bounty hunter without looking at that hat and going Embo.
Yeah, Embo. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Looks
yeah,
like
yeah.
Embo.
I kinda
Josh
dig it.
does not like this one.
Whoa, that's a
No?
-8.
Whoa!
-8?
Poor Zuvio.
Ah,
Wow.
wow,
All
that's
the
worse
lives in
than
the
we
world
did.
aren't going to recover the average of that
Well,
one.
that's harsh, man. Holy crap! -8.
This is way better than that.
I'm
Poor
looking at
Aaron.
this and I'm thinking it's like ET all grown up.
Oh yeah, he grew into his body.
TE.
Now, does he still have the neck extension action?
Oh dear.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, get that extra telescopic vision going.
You could maybe
Yeah.
heal Poe Dameron's face.
This
Now,
is a
How?
you know.
Now, I'm imagining that these guys are pretty short. That's in
he
my
wa-
imagination.
he
I'm
wasn't
thinking they're
that-
kind of short.
He wasn't that much shorter than a regular action figure. He would be like a short human,
Hmm.
like
So
Yeah,
like
all right.
a like
5
a, like
feet.
a young teenager.
slightly
I
taller.
kind of
than
like
him
it.
now.
This is what I like about
yeah,
Star Wars.
yeah.
It's like the crazy alien figures.
Well, that's the beauty of like the Kenner line, and then we even got it, like when we started doing the Saga edition and stuff in the 3.75 was that you would get one-offs. You would get a Death Star droid that was just in it for 3 seconds, so that was one of the best things
Yeah,
about
honest-
being a Star Wars nerd when you were a kid. It was like
Yeah,
you had this figure that
Populate your scene, right?
right, exactly. So I don't know. He's not a Guavian Death
Whew.
Gang guy, but he's
Sorry.
probably a 3.5, 4 for me. He's pretty cool looking. He's got some nice paint apps. First of all, he's got
Yeah.
some excellent weathering.
Yeah, he does have that going for him.
Good
That
paint apps on the
backpack
weapon
is
as
pretty
well, right?
awesome.
It looks like it's some kind of that's like an antenna or something. Like it's a radio, but like
I would almost think it's like akin to, say, an early World War rifle with a bayonet attachment.
oh his weapon.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
definitely dig that as well.
It reminds me of like maybe a version of Mandalorian's stun pitchfork gun.
Oh, the Ambin pulse rifle.
Yeah.
I buy to that. I just feel like, and I love this. You read the box, Constable Zuvio. Oh, he's a lawman, and then it's like, where is he? Where is he in the
Yeah,
movie?
where is it? Where
It's-
is the law?
And this is the thing about
Have gun will
about
travel.
marketing, right? Is that like the pipeline for this stuff is so far in advance of the media that they're supporting that, oh, too late to make that change. And we got that again with Jyn Erso, who was sold as Sergeant Jyn Erso, even though she was never formally part of the rebellion.
Yeah.
All right.
So for me,
Yeah.
he's a great looking figure, great looking character. I wish I knew who he was, right?
Don't we all?
And I think he has such a distinct face sculpt, because I don't know who he is.
Yep.
I don't know if it's really, really good or really, really bad.
Yeah.
That he's got more mystery than
Yeah,
than
I'm like,
Phasma.
is this what he actually looks like, screen accurate, or is this the worst figure ever? Like, I don't
Oh,
know.
no, it does look like. Well, there you
Yeah,
go.
there
That's
he
what he
is.
would have looked like had
Yeah.
his scenes not been cut.
Yeah.
But I don't know that when I'm buying this figure.
No, you
No.
don't. No.
No.
I'm
As
thinking.
far
I'm
as-
thinking they should have came out with that little visor instead of doing
visor
the
looks-
actual eyes.
The visor looks great on his troops in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mask
Yeah.
pulled up.
They are the same species, by the way, and I don't remember the name of them. It's a new species for the movie, and I don't know if we've seen them unmasked anywhere else. That I will have to look for.
Kind of looks like might be a turtle or something like that,
Almost, yeah.
Like a lizard, yeah, like a lizard.
Lizard or
Josh
something.
says, yes, it's cool how many characters they made. Like you see a character for a second, and they have a figure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
wait
would just
long
always
enough.
love that about
Cayuzo.
Cayuzo.
Well,
There you
see,
go.
well, see, to me, and it's too bad they're a constable because I see them as a race of like a hunter-gatherer tribe, and their main prey is Ewoks.
Yeah. But these would have been like the
You could
Jack
stuff
Lee
three
version of
species
the
in it, though.
Tusken Raiders.
These are the Jack Reachers
Yeah.
of Star Wars. That's awesome.
Ewoks.
Poor Zuvio, he got cut, but we love his action figures.
Have you ever seen the
so-
porn version of that, Jack Reach Around?
Oh,
We're not going there, are we?
No, but
Wait a minute. Wait. No, I can't do it.
All right,
People
so
stop googling them.
I can't do it.
so were we giving ratings? Are we giving our ratings on this?
Yeah, let's rate Zuvio.
I give him a
3.5.
I'll give him a 3.
Three
He's
and a
like
half for Mandy, Gaz.
middle.
3 for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Three for me.
Yeah, 3 for me.
And a 3 for me as well.
You know, you need more aliens for your Star Wars.
That's true. Absolutely. I can never go wrong with having more aliens.
Looks like that rubber cloak would limit his posability.
A little bit.
A little, yeah, for sure. It's split up the side though, like a poncho, so you still can kind of get some stuff out of him. Zuvio brings us to the end of the wave.
Oh.
However,
Oh,
we got bonus figures.
I got a bonus one for you.
Oh, yeah.
This one came out around the same time as this wave. It was a Walgreens exclusive, so I thought let's slot this one in with the wave. Give us a little bit of a palate cleanser as we get away from the sequel trilogy and we go back. Let's travel back to 1983.
Oh, I know what you got. I know what you're cooking.
Yeah, man. Here we go. This one's kind of cool. I'm talking about where are we? There we go. Darth Vader, Emperor's Wrath. He was a Walgreens exclusive, and he recreates that one scene in that one movie if you watched it.
right.
Wait. Transparent helmet that shows his skull, his head.
So
getting fried.
Yeah.
This is mostly a reuse of the Phase 2 Darth Vader that we already looked at, with a couple of significant differences. One, the head sculpt on this is a brand new head sculpt. No, the helmet does not come apart, but it is a new sculpt. And that removable hand, when you pull the hand off through creative paint apps, they made it look like the severed hand when Luke cuts off the hand.
That's pretty cool.
Sparky.
Yeah.
Hold on. As cool as that is,
Yep.
it's too clean. It's got to be burnt and singed. It just got sliced by a lightsaber.
Well, here's that thing they did with Poe where they did the let's take it off at the wrist.
Forearm.
They could have done that.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but they didn't.
And I think if they re-release this, and it's a viable re-release because it's not like the sequel trilogy, like it's still got some relevance. Like,
Yep.
we're re-releasing original trilogy figures all the time. I think you could go there, but I think for a 2015 figure, this is pretty hot, actually.
Yeah.
This is built on that body from Phase 2, and we talked about that figure where it's like it's not really a New Hope Vader, it's not really Empire Vader, and it's not really Jedi Vader. It's like this hybrid. They're trying to make it the best version of Vader for if you only had one Vader, and it doesn't really work. Yeah. Let's compare the two here. I've got a comparison shot. There they are. So same body.
I think. Ooh, that's not nice. That's not. I don't
like
like
the
that
chain.
Vader sculpt. The head's too big.
On the new one or the original?
Not the purple head. The other one.
The other one.
The face mask is too big for the helmet.
So that is
his head looks too big for the body.
That's a two-part. The helmet comes off and the mask lifts off, and you get the whole Sebastian Stan.
That's why it looks too big.
Sebastian Shaw. Sorry.
Yeah. This isn't.
That's why it looks. That's why it looks too big.
Vader.
Yeah.
It's like, hey. I think they missed. I think they, as cool as what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
I think they missed the mark. I think this should have been a gimmick with the light up feature for the helmet, so that it looks like it's being electrocuted.
In all fairness, we've never got a light up feature in a Black Series action figure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Never.
I think they missed the mark on this one.
You remember the Power of the Force Jawas that had the window in the top of the head, so the lights glowed when you
Light
the
piping,
sunshine?
Oh, light piping like in Transformers.
Yeah. That could use some light piping.
Didn't Toy Biz have one that lit up Cyclops' eyes? And that was what?
Toy Biz had a bunch of
4, 5?
There was like that whole light up series of X-Men.
Yeah.
And then there was that one that with
Nightcrawler.
And then you have the Thundercats one where Lionel's eyes light up. That
my
friend
the
here,
thing you plugged it in
Adam.
the back.
That's right.
Yeah, you could have done that with this.
Plug in the back. Yeah.
You could
I
have also
missed the
included
mark
some
on
of
this one.
I think this being a Walgreens exclusive, the way to make this pop,
Yep.
to make this awesome, is he making a 2-pack with the Emperor and lightning effects?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because like they've mastered those wraparound
Another
lightning
missed
effects
opportunity.
for arms and whatnot.
We've got the Emperor's already been released in a single card. We won't see the Emperor again until his
Amazon
no,
chair.
No, not wasn't the Archive Emperor first?
No, Amazon chair Emperor.
The
was
Amazon version. Okay, so
Yeah.
the Amazon version comes with alternate hands where the lightning is molded into the fingers.
Similar to the
Right.
3 3/4
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
This is one of the things about the exclusivity that drives me mental. It's like we don't have Walgreens here.
Yeah.
No, I
You
know, yeah.
Now that I have an American friend, I can phone Gaz up and he can just send me whatever. But it drives me crazy that like
And this was at a
that
time
level of exclusivity would be. I mean, it's not like I'm in wherever Bangladesh. Like I'm still in North America. Why can't I get this friggin' figure?
So right now, and I'm speaking right now today, we don't worry about that so much anymore because we have GameStop and Toys R Us that are getting those retailer exclusives.
They do tend to get them, yeah. A lot of the
But-
Target stuff showed up.
At random though, like not.
I know.
Who's gonna get what?
Right.
This was at a time
Yeah,
when we weren't getting those. We weren't getting them at all.
Mhm.
I'm
and
just gonna say
now
this right now.
with,
I'm just gonna say
go ahead,
it
Cass.
right now. With the exclusive figures, I have a hard time finding them too. And I
Oh,
live
yeah,
in the
Yeah,
US.
no, I get it. I get
with
it.
GameStop Canada and their French division up for sale, we may not get them again.
Yeah.
We may be
GameStop
back to.
in Canada, Wes, and stop me if you disagree with me.
Yep.
I feel like it has the organization of a yard sale. Like you go in there and so much just thrown against the wall.
Andy visits more GameStops in a week than I do in a month. So, and I'm sure you can attest to this. Some are better than others.
Some are
Yes.
better than others.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. It's one of the few places, like retail places, where I go in and actually get angry.
I usually get angry at the people.
I can't
not
tell you
at
the last time I
people.
went into a.
100%. 100%.
Do you think they should have gave Vader a Walgreens schmuck?
I don't even know what one of those looks like because I've never seen a Walgreens.
That being said, every Walmart exclusive figure should come with a blue vest.
It's
There you go.
the only store that I've ever walked into, Walgreens, where when you walk into the building, there's nobody at the front register, nobody. Well, the one that I have is it's a couple blocks over. There's when you walk in to your left is the register. There's the registers, and they have like 3 registers, and I've only ever seen one open whenever I've gone in there. Only one's been open. The other 2 they just store stuff on. And then if you look further down, there's the photo pickup area, which they also use as a register.
The photo.
So when I
pickup.
walk
Do
in,
people still
there's
print
no-
photos?
Surprisingly, yeah.
Really should.
Wow.
So you go in there. There's never anybody at the front of the store. Never anybody in the front of the store. Then you walk around and you don't see anybody except for in the pharmacy. It's the only people that you see. There's like no employees anywhere. So you walk up to the counter and you're like looking around, ready to pay for your stuff. There's nobody there. So you walk over to the photo center. There's nobody there. You walk up to the pharmacist and you're like, "Look, I want to buy my drink so I can go to work.
Yeah.
I've been here for 10 minutes." And there's nobody. Is
there's
anybody
nobody
working
there.
today?
I'll grab some
And then all of a
Oxycontin
sudden,
while I'm at it.
And then all of a sudden, like 3 Walgreens employees just show up out of nowhere, like poof, and they're like the Nightcrawler, just poof out of nowhere.
Like the Nightcrawler.
Bamf.
Yeah,
I can
So,
say
yeah.
I didn't have this one, but I did have the, and I still have the one with the removable helmet. This figure is okay for what it is. For the year that it came out, it's okay. It would be an acceptable figure as far as articulation is concerned in 2015, but it's the soft goods that I have a love-hate with because the outer cape, like the outer cape is lovely. It has a nice weight to it. It drapes nicely. You can roll it off one shoulder and it doesn't want to flop back over. It'll stay where you put it. But it's that under the robe part that's underneath, and you can see it clearly in this photo. What forms the skirt or the comma, it's not attached properly. Like there's a square corner of fabric hanging out.
Mhm.
Like there's something seriously wrong with that.
It's Vader. Luke Skywalker's hair was in the can. Just rushing to put his pants back on.
He's trying to get he's coming out of the shower and the towel has just come undone, right? Like
somebody threw the hairdryer in the shower, and that's why he's lit up like that.
Like, oh, it's my son. Hold on. Click. I'm coming, sir. Can't get this underrobe on. I don't know what the hell's going on. Why do I even need this?
I do think the box art.
I'm a
I
Jedi,
dig
for
the box
God's
art a lot.
sakes.
Why am I wearing my underwear over the top like Superman? For God's sakes!
Oh, come on now. Come on. Take that back.
I would argue that the box art on this one is an original art piece for that. It's not a screen grab that they've transferred.
No.
Right,
It
so-
just looks too
I'm looking
complicated.
I can't remember the name. I'll try to look it up. But there's a single artist that did all the box art for these.
Really?
So
Yeah.
wait, he's looking stoic
He
or
is
confused as his
even though
hand
he's
is
on
gone
lightning.
and sparks are going up, but then the sparks are on his head as he's being fried.
Yep.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't make sense. It's good. It's good work, but it just doesn't make sense.
Would this figure have been a 5 out of 5 for you guys if it would have came with an alternate regular head?
It would definitely have rated
Yeah.
higher.
Yeah.
For sure.
I would say
don't
that.
even
Yeah.
know if my Empire Vader is a 5 out of 5. He's definitely the best of the lot.
I will say it would get a better score from me if it had an alternate head. I'll tell you that right now.
This is a 3.5 for me, but
Yep.
it might be a 2015 4. You know what I mean? Like I think
do.
that
I do.
redid this, they could, especially with when you look at like the translucent Obi-Wan, the translucent Yoda,
Which
and,
I hate, by the
and
way. I
Qui-Gon.
never bought
Really?
any of
I
those.
really,
Yeah.
I love
The
them.
4 Spirit figures, I hate them. But
Yeah.
again, Andy knows this. 2 things in action figures that I don't like: translucent action figures and Transformers that don't transform. I just don't like them.
Yep.
2015, we talked about this before with the regular release of this Vader. I like it. I liked it enough that when the new Vader came out, the Empire one, I kept this one because I liked that I could display him with the helmet off. And that's how I have him displayed. This one, the Wrath, it's a new head sculpt. That helmet doesn't come apart, which that might have been cool, have the helmet come apart, but it doesn't. So I don't know. I think he's.
I've never even seen
he's
this
a 3
guy
for me.
on Amazon. Like
No,
like
I have
modernly.
not. I've not seen this one secondary either. He's a 3 for me.
I'm with Hank here. It'd be a 2015 4.
Yeah.
I mean, I love me some Vader. That's part of the like. I try not to
Well,
vote
what's-
with
what's
my
it-
heartstrings, but inevitably, like
Yeah.
you're a little kid
What's a
playing
two-
with
what's
this
a
thing
two-
going.
What's a 2015 for compared to now? 26. What would be 2015 for?
Well,
The
if
shine
this
has
if this
worn
came
off
out
in the
as
metal.
is now, that it's probably a 2.
Absolutely. Like they would have to seriously fix
Right.
that comma. The skirt would have to be fixed.
I
would
just
want
know
more
what they
lightning
can do
effects.
now, and this falls well below what they're capable of now.
I will say this: we haven't seen the real chain on Vader since this figure,
No,
and I do like that. So that's a plus for me. Did we lose Gaz? I think we lost him.
You lost gas? No.
Did he?
First I froze up, and now he is. Or he's sitting really
Or
still.
he's and quiet as a mouse.
He's
Or
sitting
he's
very,
low-key
very
getting
still.
electrified by the Emperor.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, he'll be back.
Offline.
In greater numbers.
All right. So, Adam, did you weigh in on this one?
Yeah, this is a 3 for me. I think it's a great figure. It loses a point for not having a alternate head,
Yeah.
and it loses a point for being exclusive to Walgreens, so I can never own it.
Awful.
Never
Awful.
own it. That drives me mental. Yeah.
I absolutely hate that aspect of it as well. Well, that brings us to the end of this week's edition of Back in Black series. I want to say a special thank you to our guests tonight, Adam and Gaz, if he manages to come back. If not, let me take this out of here. Let's switch
He
this over
ejected like Porkins.
here.
He's running around in space on a surfboard somewhere. He's fine.
Don't forget, Andy was sick last week, so we missed a week of random fandom, but that should be coming back this week.
This is going to be
Nice.
a monster episode.
Fingers crossed, because I have some family stuff going on that may take me out this week. So that might be, there may not be a show this
We're going
week.
to talk about
either.
Jamie Foxx.
Oh yeah, there is that. Also, don't forget, because of Back in Black series, like I said before at the beginning of the show, figuratively speaking, new feature on the channel. You can check that out.
Yeah.
We've got a short up there now. There'll be more coming in the days ahead. I'm at work back on our.
There he is.
There he is back.
I was just on the internet. What the heck, man? I'm like looking at my other computer's got internet. My computer here just like, no internet.
Ooh.
I'm like, is he sitting really, really still?
You were
I was like,
awfully
I kept-
quiet. We were like, that's.
Well,
He's
it
doing
kept
the
it kept
whole
going in and out. I'm like, am I frozen? Am I frozen? All right,
You
so
were.
I want to give my score for that figure.
Okay, well, hang on.
yeah.
We'll bring it. Put
Throw
it
it
back
back.
for you. There you go.
So
There you
so what I'm gonna give microwave head Darth Vader in my Fatal Fluffy's crying.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
crying. I'm giving this figure. Like I said, if it had an alternate head, I'd probably give it a 4.
Yeah.
I'm giving this figure a 1.01 because it's not better. It's not as bad as Poe was, but I think it's pretty
Took the
bad.
helmet off, and Poe was under there, all burnt.
Yeah, exactly. I think
What he would look
having this purple translucent head with you could see the potato head underneath,
Yeah.
supposedly being shocked is just an utter failure in my eyes. I don't like translucent figures like this.
I'm not the only one.
With like you just said, like you just pointed out that under robe is
Yeah.
not attached properly.
No.
And you know the hand coming off and it's got perfect wires. They're just sliced, like they just clipped them off.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it just no. I think it just fails at all angles at what it wants. I mean, it could be a great Darth Vader figure, but it's not. So it's a 1.01
A
for me.
1.0, not even a 1.1, a 1.01.
Yeah.
One thing we didn't bring up though.
What's that?
Is that the thicker lightsaber now?
That's a good question. It does look like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. And no worries, Josh.
Oh yeah, yeah. I see your comment, Josh. No problem. No problem. Be safe out there.
Mm-hmm.
Drive safe, Josh.
Right. So, thanks again to both Adam and Gaz for joining us tonight. It's always a pleasure to hang out with you guys. I
Always a
hope we can
blast.
Get to do that
Love
more
it.
often.
It's a good time.
Pretty soon, the days are starting to get longer, which means the weather is going to start getting nicer. So,
I hope so.
All the snow is gone here already.
Lots of
Put it
opportunities
this way.
to.
Went through like 3 days about 50 degrees, and today's 20.
Wow.
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 Yeah.
Figuratively
We're supposed to
speaking,
get a
check
bunch
that
of
out.
rain tomorrow,
Oh
Wes.
dear, I hope not. Although you know what, if it's above 0, I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
If
get
it's
some
not-
snow off my roof.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Have we made a decision to keep marching on with Back
So
in Black
thank you,
series?
thanks for bringing that up, because that was the last thing we had in our group chat, and I don't think we all collectively agreed to that. So we've been talking about potentially wanting to review Daredevil, but Hank, you had said how much of a good time you're having doing this.
Love it. This is awesome.
If
Not
we
that
just-
the other isn't a good time too.
Just keep the momentum rolling and put Daredevil on the back burner, because the likelihood is we won't be able to do any overlap if Daredevil overlaps with Andor.
Mm-hmm.
Like even like narcissistically, we're getting some of the best numbers we've gotten with these
yeah, that's
review
true.
shows too.
That's
right?
true.
Like,
Yeah,
so,
yeah. And I'm okay with keeping going with this. If we want to forego Daredevil,
I
and
mean, we could always do a post-show review.
Oh, sure, like
like
a
a single, like we did
like
with
a wrap up.
Loki
Loki.
season 1.
Yeah, we
right?
can totally do that.
Yeah.
I totally do that.
Well, I'm
we
not
can
beyond
have
that
our
for
friends
sure.
along.
I just knowing that Andor is going to be a bag drive.
Oh, I know. With the have you guys seen the release schedule for Andor yet?
It's all over the place.
So right now it is each week is releasing 3 episodes. It's over 4 weeks, 3 episodes a week. Each block of episodes represents 1 year of time in the story.
So essentially, we're getting 4 movies.
So we'll
Yeah.
be doing 3 episodes a week, which means each one of us will be doing the prep work for that episode.
For an episode.
So it's going to be Herculean.
Yeah.
And I
That's,
thought if we
so
can glide into that with some Black Series stuff, which is low yield in terms
So
of prep
much.
work, right?
Are they rushing it to Rogue? The Rogue movie?
So Tony Gilroy has said that essentially the last episode will essentially end right where Rogue One.
Yeah, he's
starts.
heading to the Ring of Caprine. Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Interesting.
And I'm excited for this.
The trailer looks amazing.
I don't think of the 3 of us, I don't think anybody was more excited for season 1 than I was.
Yeah.
and that show just delivered in every way that I
just
could have wanted
rewatched
it
it
to.
over the last couple of days, and it's still so solid.
Yep.
Andy Serkis, man, holy cow!
How do you look at skiing and go, God, now you're Ben Grimm?
Oh yeah, really? Yeah,
That's a tough
Yeah.
one to trade.
I Can't Swim gets me every time, man. Every
Yeah.
single time.
Predictions. Is he going to show up in the next season?
So I saw an interview with him where he was like, he's still alive, and then he kind of goes, because we didn't see him die on camera. Like he gets like shifty about it, and I was like, oh, did you just screw up, sir?
Oh, I like that.
Well,
So
that's the
maybe
same
it's
argument
just
for
his
Mace
own
Windu.
feeling.
Mace Window.
Maybe
Mace
he's
Windu.
Gollum at the bottom of the
Look,
ocean.
man, Mace got thrown out of a window of a Imperial Senate building.
Yep.
It's going to be like, I can't tell you how tall because they built buildings upon buildings upon buildings. Of course,
At
the
least
surface
13,
has
15.
not seen sunlight in like eons. That's how high these buildings are. He got tossed out of one of those buildings. Chances of him surviving that, even being a Jedi,
I don't know.
They're
Anakin
high.
Skywalker nosedived through several thousand feet of car traffic.
Suppose
Yeah, but he
that
also got
landed over one of those
electrocuted.
Coruscant vents.
He also
goes
got
right through the
electrocuted.
planet, so he's still falling.
I see what you mean.
He's
just
fallen all
out
the
the
way
other
to the other
side.
side of the planet,
He just
and now
he's,
he's falling
he's
back
now
up.
buffered right in the middle
He
of the planet.
also got electrocuted, so he's probably out cold as he's getting thrown out of the window. He probably
might have to
probably got pancaked in
You
front
might
of
have to settle for Theory's bad CGI version.
he probably got pancaked in front of one of like
He
an
who shall
equivalent
not
of
be named.
Star
Oh,
Wars
yeah.
Mack truck.
Voldemort.
You know what happened? He
Star
fell
Wars
into the back
Voldemort.
of Bruce Willis's cab.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fifth
Are you
Element
trying to say-
style, right in the back of
On
the
the
Big
cab.
bada boom.
Are you trying to say that movie, that Earth is Coruscant?
No, but that would be funny.
But if they made that Bruce Willis figure, then you could take that figure and the Finn figure and do like a little cop out.
Oh yeah.
Grace Morgan and Bruce Willis.
Right.
Listen, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope you guys had a good time.
Always
As much
pleasure.
fun as I did putting this together. We are back again next Sunday, as long as my life doesn't unfold, and it shouldn't. But if it does, it'll only be temporary. I'll be back. Is there anything that you guys would like to touch on before we say goodnight?
I think
Always amazing.
All right.
Don't forget to send in your fan corner stuff.
Oh
Love
yeah,
seeing those
fan
collections.
corner. Fan corner. Send us your toy shots. We want to see them. Adam, tell the people what you're working on, where they can find you.
so over on the Go Figure channel, we just put out a Batman Batmobile video, which was a lot of
It
fun.
was quite nice. I liked it.
And then this weekend coming up, I got a couple of live streams with Zazel. We're doing a Back to Toy Biz
Oh, nice.
and your Toy Biz. And then if I can get my act together, I'm starting a new show called Can Or You Believe It, where it's the same idea but 90s kind of stuff.
Oh, I love it.
Nice.
I love it.
Can you believe it?
And then I'm actually renovating the front room of my house to be a new toy room. My collection's all in
Yes.
boxes upstairs right now.
Yeah.
So there won't be any restoration videos until I get that done. But that I'm going to try to turn that into a video as well, and then walk through the step by step of how went from lame cottage sunroom to toy emporium.
Cool.
Nice.
Gaz, you got any other guest appearances coming up?
Not that I know of. I think I'm going to be on "Oh Ring a Bell" with Zaz
nice.
and Nate, and me and Zaz will be making our return in STS live. I think we're on chat.
I'm excited for that.
Next
We haven't
weekend,
seen you guys for a while.
Everything, yeah, we've been off for a while. So hopefully, if everything falls into place, we'll be on next weekend. And other than that, nothing. Just trying to rein in these pesky fatal fluffies that run around everywhere.
And that's going to be sorry, just to clarify for anybody who's watching, that's going to be over on Zazel's Clubhouse, right?
On Zazel's Clubhouse, yes, sir.
Ah, perfect.
Awesome.
Okay.
Both those are linked in
Yeah,
our show notes.
the links for both Zazel's Clubhouse and Adam's Go Figure channel and Gaz's Instagram are all linked in the video that you're watching right now. So do check those out. And that's it for me, everybody. I got nothing left.
Yeah, man.
All right. Remember, everybody, whatever your thing is, and I know you have a thing, fan on. And remember, for Fandom Power, my name is Wes.
I'm Andy.
I'm Hank.
We'll see you in the next one, everybody. Bye.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Bye for now, everybody.